We can put our differences aside. And I offer my extension to prayer. And I pray now. Hamni nini hamnya. Hamni nini hamnya. Hamni nini hamnya. Hamni nini hamnya. All right.
All right, let's go. Welcome to another edition, another live stream here on the Chaos Radio Show. I am Chaos right here. And, I have a nice, interesting one for y'all. Okay, cool. And as you know, you see the thumbnail, you see the pictures, you see what's going to be discussed. I like to call this particular segment the nigga and the simp battles in a very, derogatory way. But before we begin the stream, I'd like you to follow me on the many social medias that I will give you and will be listed in the description below. You can follow me on Twitter at Chaos7. You can add me as a friend on Facebook, Eric Gray on Facebook. You could also join my Rumble handler, CRain23 on Rumble. You could join the Discord service of the Chaos Rain Show, where you could conversate, chop it up, throw some videos, anything. My Discord is open for that and more. So join Discord service, for lack of better words. And last but not least, become a member of the Chaos Rain Show as well. Trust me, membership always got its perks, so please become a member now of the Chaos Rain Show. And is there anything else I left off here? Interesting. What is this? Interesting. I didn't know they beat them. Anyhow. So now, I'm just looking at some things right now, guys. Andrew Jackson. As you know, we're gonna look at this back and forth in a good way, if I like to say so myself. And the conversation has been leering in the internet about should black men pay 100% of the bills, and not only paying 100% of the bills, but also should black men, give their wives allowance of, I guess, upwards of $5,000 a day or whatever. I'm not sure how much it is again. I think it might be $5,000 a day. I mean, a week. And to the one where it talks about, you should not be no stepdaddy. You should, find a woman that doesn't got baggage and start your family fresh. This is the conversation that is going to go back and forth of these two gentlemen. The one, Yadi, and what's the other guy's name? Anton. So before I begin, let me see who's listening. Okay. Oh, what's good, Kevin? How you doing, Kevin? Hope everything's well. Another young brother. Oh, Tevin, one other thing. If I do have some PDFs, some interesting PDFs you could I give to you. Let me know on the message board of Facebook. I'll supply you a few of them. See if you like it. Is that cool, Tevin? And before we begin, make sure you hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe to the Chaos Rain Show. And let me see, anything else I missed up on here? Let me look. I'm just checking my let's see. I'm about to soon start. And like always, if you think that you have any questions or you want to chime into this conversation, you could leave a response on a chat room. If you want to ask a question or my views, or just in general, you want people to know what you're thinking, put it in a super chat. All right, where is that? All right, that's it. So let's no further ado. Just let me know, Tevin. Just ask to say what PDFs you got for me to keep and read. I have some. But anyhow, no further ado, let's begin. And like always, support the channel. The goal, like always, we try to attain roughly this margin, $50 or more. But the deal, people, I don't have to explain much. You know how I roll.
My money.
I told you.
Where is my money?
Benny, bring me everyone.
I need my money. I need my money.
What do you mean everyone?
Everyone!
Like always, support the channel, super chat or cash app, which roll down the stream or on the screen called $Chaos. $Chaos 8 rank. All right, let's go, guys. Let's begin. No further ado. This is going to be a classic. Fair use. Enjoy.
Oh, let's actually move straight into it. I want to move into the first topic of discussion for tonight, okay? Because this is one of the most polarizing conversations online, one of the biggest talking points that you gotta have, and I've heard you dive into this conversation many times before as well, Anton. Let's talk about it. Should men be expected to cover 100% of the bills? This is a major stressor to a lot of brothers out here. A lot of brothers out here split between this. A lot of brothers say that's absolutely insane to cover 100% of the bills. And a lot of other, and you know, the ladies are saying that this is a must. I must get a brother to cover 100% of the bills. So let's bring some clarity to this, Yada. I'm gonna have you open up the conversation here. Should men be expected to cover 100% of the bills?
First, I want to say all praise is due to the Most High, and I want to pray real quick if you don't mind.
Let's go.
In the name of God, the most gracious, the most merciful, strengthen me and guide me, allow God to speak through me. Allow it to electrify the room and remove all dusty demons from the table. All praises due. Amen and amen.
So when you getting up there?
All praises due to God.
When you leave?
Off the chain.
Now, what's the question, brother? What's the question?
So the question is,
When he leave?
What's the question?
should men be expected to cover 100% of the bills?
I believe if men are claiming to be providers, and we know that means to take care of whoever's under you, that he should provide 100%. While we're doing this, this gives the woman time and space, not just to be great for the man, but also great for the children. And I want to use myself for example. I provide 100%.
Now, before we continue on this, and I'm hoping you guys can hear me well, and you know I'm kind of messing around with the settings. I'm going to check myself before I continue on with this lovely stream. You know, make sure you hit the like button. Let me see what's going on here. Hold on. Let me look at this. Where is it? Anyway, I'll test the volume in a second. As you know, as you sure as hell would know, that you know, the 100% conversation has been going around throughout the internet for some time now. Men, if you're going to pay 100% of bills, make sure you're in control, because there's too much of a message about what men should be doing and be advocating what they should be doing for these ladies, but in return, you're not getting what is rightfully due to you if you go as far as going the extra mile. So make sure your worth is something if you're going to go about paying 100% bills. Let's keep listening. I'm going to keep adding on. Fair use.
For my woman. My son, he's only 5 years old, and he was tested 2 days ago, if I'm not mistaken. 2 days ago. He's only in kindergarten, but he tested at a 4th grade level. Why is that? Because I handle my responsibility, providing, and providing isn't just financial. Any man off the street can walk to a woman and give her money. Providing is elevating a woman mentally, elevating a woman spiritually, emotionally. This is what it means to provide for a woman. Not just, here's some money, run off with it. No. Let me elevate you. Let me bring you closer to your...
Sorry about that. Guys. Y'all hear me? I said, Yada. In your own IG reels, you don't push that same narrative, roughly from what I have examined. And there probably might be more that I have not watched, because as a man, I'm not gonna go through everybody's IG that got more than 6 to almost 1,000 reels and videos. I don't do that. I just don't got the time. But from what I observed, I've seen mostly even videos like this that you do. You expect and push enough more of, you know, a wallet, and that's it. And that's fine. But here's the problem. Most dudes, they see that coming, and a lot of dudes nowadays, if they're especially living in the West, they're not going to be all for giving a woman everything they want, especially giving them 100% of anything. For those that are able to give 100%. So let me listen more about this, because I find this very fishy, this message.
God, let me set standards in your life. If your father gave you to me, you are my responsibility from the bottom of your feet to the top of your head. I'm gonna love everything about you 100%. And if I can't do that, I'm not a man. I'm a male, and that's a difference.
That's your one
Man,
track.
talk to me, brother.
No.
Talk to me, brother.
Nope.
Talk to me,
that's
brother.
That's not what we're gonna do today.
Talk to me, brother.
So this is what we're gonna.
Yeah, and this is what I did not respect. I seen this and didn't watch all of it, but I seen this. When you finish speak, the next speaker should be speaking without any interruption. And I'm not sure why he did that. It was very inappropriate. I find it very classless, but it's another story. But it's time for Anton to sit there and, let's be honest, debunk it, break it down. And let me be honest and be clear here for those that's watching or understand the Chaos Range show. I'm not a person of taking favors. There's some things I don't like about Anton, just like the next man and just like next woman. But in regards to the debate of who should be paying the bills, what's manhood and all this nonsense, I agree to him to certain points, you know. And let's be honest, Anton is a married man, and he, at all people, knows the important significance of relationships. Regardless what you hear, what's going on in his own household with him and his wife, they are still legally, last time I checked, married. Let's keep going. Fair use.
Talk to me, brother.
Because he's like Kamala Harris right now.
Talk to me, brother.
And I've heard all of these talking points.
Talk to me.
And I don't even study him. Because he says the same thing over and over again.
Talk to me.
You got to control yourself. Because that's
brother.
not manly.
Talk to me, brother.
You got to control yourself.
Brother, talk to me, brother.
So you see how I was quiet
Talk
when you were speaking?
No, you cut me off, but go ahead, brother.
I didn't say anything.
He didn't say nothing.
I was quiet when you were speaking.
Go ahead, brother.
And so
See,
now
this-
we're going to
wait.
nuance.
This man, you see, I tell you, this is like a joke. And this is why a lot of black men don't like this pandering garbage. This nonsense of pandering to a rip you're pandering to. The same one that makes your life hell, not on earth, but here on the hells of North Mother America. Do you understand? You're doing all this for that makes your life and your natural progression survival here in America a living hell. Matter of fact, more like a living nightmare if we want to keep real. But anyway, let's keep going. Fair use. But he need to control himself, real. It's not proper.
Now we're going to add context. So, first thing we have to do is we have to ask ourselves the question, what does it mean to be a man? Because being manly has nothing to do with a woman. It has nothing to do with pandering. It has nothing to do with just providing. Being a man means being purposeful. That's
And you can see that this is what I like about these actual in-person debates. Okay, you got to pay attention to the body language. Watch the emotions, the facial expressions. It speaks for itself.
what being a man is. That means that whatever it is that I seek from God, because my purpose is not a woman is a helpmeet. So when he panders to you guys, and ladies, remember, I don't know what he's selling. I don't know what product that he has, but my goal is to get you married. My goal is to have you married based off of what God says is sanctified, right? I don't want y'all divorced. I don't want you unequally yoked. I don't want you to be a single baby mama. I don't want you shooting your shot in the dark thinking that this guy is giving you insight when he's just giving you talking points with no real substance behind it. And here's the context. At what age do you want to be married? Do you put yourself in a position to find the person that's best for you? Has your father given you away? Does your parents actually see value in the person that is looking to marry you? And when you start to ask yourself these questions, and I don't speak to just rich people because we both have money, we both have resources. So let's remove that from the table.
Well, let's go there. a lot of people in the internet that watches or consume content, especially on YouTube, act and move like they're rich, but they're actually working poor, to be honest. And there's nothing wrong with that. If you get there, all powers to you. Great. But most people, especially America, you're just working, getting by, and obviously living check by check. And I'm gonna show y'all what the man is really selling, since Antoine does not do much background check of anyone that he deals with, and that is cool. I will do it for you, player. Let me see this. Matter of fact, I'm gonna let this run, and I'm gonna show you what the one Yada Awaken really is selling. Fair use, serious.
I speak to the majority, not the minority. And when you are 20, 21, 22 years old, especially if you are a person that's looking to become a man, you are supposed to fail in controlled environments, meaning that your father is not even supposed to give you everything. He's supposed to give you what you need in order to be successful. My father was able to buy me a car, but he told me that I had to earn it and work for it because I valued it more, which then extended to every single thing that I touch, including the woman. See, my wife is here. My wife travels with me. She knows me. She understands me, right? And so at 20, 21, 22 years old, you supposed to be broke. Unless you're doing something that you ain't supposed to do in order to get it, you supposed to be building. You supposed to be understanding each other. It's a storming, a norming, a forming situation. And in no circumstance do you ever come into it fully understanding who the person is, regardless of whether you're a man or a woman. And so when we start to look at what God has ordained to be great, the purpose of a man, it's not just to give spirituality and leadership, and it's to understand. The first thing that the word says, in everything that you do, you get understanding. And everything you do, you get understanding. I don't even know her. I don't even know you. Everybody is out here dating, everybody running around, everybody doing everything. They're giving themselves to each other.
Actually, everybody out here, especially the ladies, they're out here screwing and sucking like it's no tomorrow. They are exfoliating their box in front of your face. And you up here indulge and sucking and licking the royalties from the ladies. But no, serious, real talk though. A lot of black people today are, having too much sex. I want to be honest, too much reckless, and indulging in such, again, overstimulated in such a very degenerate fashion, if I like to say so myself. So, you're not always in the focus of really trying to know yourself or knowing the opposite sex. You just want to get a quick bus, a real bus. Fair use. I'm going to let Anton wrap it up.
We think that money or resources or what you can do or what you can offer a person is supposed to make up for all of the insecurities and the problems and the issues that you have in your childhood. What have you solved for? Right? Do you have problems in your childhood? Do you even have a father? Do you know what it means to be a man? It's a lot of women that's...
Most men and ladies, their father either was still present or was, unfortunately, they didn't want to be involved, or he just got pushed out. Are the results why a lot of men don't understand how to conduct and move like a man, or young boys that will become men like that, and young girls, they're seeking somewhat father figures in these men that they're having their esteem entanglements, if I like to say so myself, and it's not good. It's not good at all. All right, praise.
Raising men to be feminine because they're in single parent households, right? How does that look? What does it look like when you get into a situation with a woman that has a child out of wedlock already, and then she still has to deal with the father? How do you deal with that? See, these are the questions that he can't.
You don't. You up here, you get the box, and after she gives forth birth, depending how she treats you, if she mistreats you, all you do is go and shuck up the deuces. because she doesn't really value about being in a very much actual marriage, much less a real relationship that will lead to marriage. It's just casual swings. And today, guys, as you know, I'm gonna be clean, depending on how much the support of the channel is. You know, the part how the channel's donations and supports it, I might let it rip. But nonetheless, I gotta keep it somewhat clean. And now let's keep going. Various.
Answer for you, because the only thing he talks about is pandering. I'm talking about context. I'm talking about substance. I'm talking about spirituality. I'm talking about praying together. I'm talking about building. You're supposed to get married when you're young because it prevents you from sinning and finding yourself with all of these bodies and these soul ties that ultimately carry with you for the rest of your life. And then you start to see every single man and you can't take it out of your memory with the person that you wind up being with. Most women have skipped over the man that they're supposed to be with.
In the words of the one Kevin Samuels, he said it best.
God damn it! You can't make this shit up.
And we gotta give him a pause.
Pause. Pause. Pause. Pause. Pause.
I'm going to wind that back.
Because they didn't have the guidance, because they didn't have the spirituality. They don't know the word. Sinning and finding yourself with all of these bodies and these soul ties that ultimately carry with you for the rest of your life. Sinning and finding yourself with all of these bodies and these soul ties that ultimately carry with you for the rest of your life. Sinning and finding yourself with all of these bodies and these soul ties that ultimately carry with you for the rest of your life. Sinning and finding yourself with all of these bodies and these soul ties that ultimately carry with you for the rest of your life.
And carry on for the rest of your life. Ladies, you know the deal. You're always trying to fight it and run away from the so-called data, the so-called science that you are selectively effing selecting. You up here telling yourself, yes, you tell yourself of how you don't think that you up here having more than multiple boyfriends, multiple entanglements doesn't have no effect on your psyche. It does, bitch. It does. Every time when you make a decision to get on your knees and suck that and let man bust in you and bend over and taking back shots and front shots and let the man shoot the club, he's leaving something in you, a little bit of his essence, his energy. And God forbid, we don't want to go into if the condoms will prevent this, that you are exchanging something. This is not no fairy tale. This is not no spookle pseudoscience. This is actually factual. Matter of fact, you hear it constantly, gentlemen. You should not wipe up any 3 or 4. Matter of fact, was it Little Scrappy taking back one of his recent baby mamas that got pregnant by another man? Boy, if this is so factual, the only thing I gotta say is, bro, you are a simp. I tell you, black women are living good right now. They're being comfortable in this Western world. They could sit there, screw anybody, hell, even deal with non-black men and other races of men, and come back to you, black man, after that box and that mouth has been used up, and tell you and give you a dead stare in your face. I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready for you. Get the out of here. Fair use. Fair use.
And then you start to see every single man and you can't take it out of your memory with the person that you wind up being with. Most women have skipped over the man that they're supposed to be with.
Yep.
Because they didn't have the guidance, because they didn't have the spirituality. They don't know the word of God. And so it's easy to just say, oh yeah, just provide 100%. What happens when life happens and you 22, 23, 24 years old and you get married? The economy messed everybody up. Everybody that thought that they had it, guess what? You got a plan and then God has a plan. What happened to the character? Why you don't talk about character?
Hold on, and Anton,
why he don't? No, hold on. Why he don't talk about character? Because
yeah, oh yeah. my nigga. Why you ask about the character? Why not? It might be simple or hard to make a certain amount of money depending how things are played out. But why you don't talk about the character? That's one thing I always ask. Cause first, and let me tell you something. And let me say this. Hold on. Let me calm down. Let me drink this. 1 second. Let me run this little commercial. I'm gonna go in, man. Screw that.
I want my money.
I told you.
Where is my money?
Betty. Bring me everyone.
I need my money. I need my money.
What do you mean everyone?
I teach my daughter.
Yeah. What happened to about this thing about the character? That I want to know. Because I got a few lovely ladies that be posting this nonsense on social media of his little clips. And you know, one thing I noticed, gentlemen, that the thing they post the most, you want to take a guess? They post the most when he talking about paying 100% of the bills, giving this woman the check. You work your 9 to 5 whatever job or your business, and you give your whole check to her. This ain't the 1950s, bitch. This ain't the 50s. No. Black men, if you're a black man today and you're still giving your and let me say something. Trina, of all people, said that she does not get a prenup because any money this man makes or wherever she make, or I'm not sure who makes more in this so-called relationship, because Trina's goddamn near 50 years old now, saying that this man gives him the check. He works, that money he makes is hers. I would be damned. I come home from a long day work and I give a bitch my check. No, you get what I give you. I'm not gonna sit there work rather 30, 40, and hell, if I even want temp, or we like, you hear this stupid thing circle around 60 hours a week, which really you're gonna run yourself in the grave. I want to go on, be honest with that. But that's another story. You work those many hours and you come home and you give your so-called wife, or we could say even go as far as girlfriend, your whole check. You gotta be the dumbest out here. I would be damn and say, check. What? You better get the hell out of here. Girl, you better go work at Walmart or some man. Anyhow, various ways.
I'm a reflection of the man that I would want my daughter to marry. I don't tell my daughter to go and look for a guy to provide for her. I tell my daughter to go and look for a guy that's believing in God, that has good character, that actually worships and looks for and focuses on his purpose, because everything else falls in line. The money is going to come. We so busy chasing money. Seek ye first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and everything else will be added unto you. You don't have to chase money. You don't have to look to women to provide for them, because if you're naturally that, if you're raised up in the admonition of your father, which is what God has ordained for you to do, you don't have to worry about that. That's naturally in you. And so, yes, absolutely, she should be purposeful. And her purpose at that time could be raising the children, depending on if y'all got children. Her purpose at that time could be out there and bringing in resources because she's learning a new skill that can then translate into the company that y'all build together. It's a lot of nuance and a lot of context. But I hate it when people pander to women because they leading y'all astray. And it sounds like I'm a harsh father. It sounds like it's a difficult situation. It sounds like you're just supposed to be given everything. But if that's the case, then why are we as a society, why are we as a people, as black people in particular, so far behind, and we further behind than we ever been, even though we the freest and we have the opportunity to choose for ourselves? This isn't God. Ain't none of this what he talking about God right now. And I ain't even studied him. I ain't even getting started. I'm gonna let you cook. Go ahead. Do your thing.
Wait. So, but I want clarity before we move on.
Go ahead.
Because when we talk about should men pay 100% of the bills, I'm assuming that means based on the context that you just gave.
It's based off of your circumstance and situation. Everyone is different, and nobody is a monolith.
My brother.
Nobody.
Yes, no one's a monolith. And this is gonna sound effed up, but there's too much of a message being pushed out here to a lot of these dudes to kill himself to do 100% of anything. I'm going to be honest with y'all. If you did not really prioritize what you need to do in your 20s and do the best you can, right? Without killing yourself, but plan out, strategize, and move accordingly. You don't have to worry about, being broke. Or even go as far as not even going broke. I'll say something better. If you meet the right people, and let's say you had a father and you had the guidance, you will probably make it a little bit much further in your 20s. But if you don't have that, like anything in nature, you're going to have to wing it out and figure out. Now, the woman that will flock to you or do you attract to and sees what you're trying to do, or even go as far as you have an actual vision with your purpose, will be an even greater asset to you in your further development. And yes, you're not going to have squat. And yes, I'm going to say this personally. If you're a black man, you should fail. Embrace failure. Love failure. Indulge in the failure. Now, me saying this is going to be misconceptualized. And I want it to be misconceptualized. And I want you to conceptualize what I mean by embracing the failure. Too many of men that's in their 30s, 40s, and we could say even 50s have not really tried and failed at all, or even maybe not even failed enough to really get the outcomes they always think and desire that they deserve. And I'm telling you, as a black man, tell the next black man, if you're younger, embrace the failure now and try again. The only way you're going to get something in this life, this present life, is you're going to have to fall on your face as multiple times necessary for you to get and achieve the greater goal. And this Western society has watered down, pacified, and damaged this Negro male that becomes a man in society. And why? And I mean this because one point in our existence, we would take calculated logical risk. And I'm not talking about the ones that you do elusive drug use or drugs to make a whole lot of money. No, I'm talking about real calculated risks. Like you go out there, you plan out you're going to take your money and invest in something. Or you sit there and learn or try and learn some skill and you fail it. And then instead of trying to get you sit there quit. I'm talking about real failure where you fail and then you're determined to keep at it until you get it right. And maybe you will reap the rewards of constant risk, failure that will lead to some form of reward. We're not thinking like that. We don't pursue that because this society, especially if we got to talk about certain parents or even talk about the women, have pacified and stifled your progression of embracing the failure. In life, there's no such thing as perfection. Perfection is a myth. That's some hocus pocus spiritual pseudo nonsense that if you ever think that you should be out of this world and think you're not going to make no mistake and you should be perfect, you're delusional. All right, let's keep going. Failures, because I don't want to rant too long on this.
Body is a monolith.
Okay.
I
Let's go,
I love how he put so much passion into his words. But when God created man, God gave man a purpose. And what was the purpose? What was the purpose? He placed that man in a garden. What's this? That's a tree. What's this? Those are clouds. What's that? That's a sky. What's that? That's a bear.
That's not what happened.
Listen to
you
me.
Don't even know the
Man,
word of
listen
God.
to me.
You don't even know the word of God,
Listen
but
to me,
I'ma let you
brother.
cook.
Listen to me. And when God seen that he was fit to represent himself as a man, he put him to rest. And from that rib, he took Eve. Now, this is a fact. Now we have to understand What does it mean when you create a woman from the rib? What is a rib?
Before we continue, I apologize, guys. Now I remember I have it up now. What is it? Is this the one? Yeah, this one. Let me show you the brother's website, because Anton doesn't think or know what he's selling. I'll tell you what he's selling, Anton, if you ever come across this, which I doubt. See here? It's a natural herbal place. The shop. The products, the wonderful products. Queen is back. The devil is a lie. Weight loss package. And they sell for a very affordable price of as high as $95. Oh, sorry, my fault. As high as $125. He has one that's $95. The next is $35. The other is $65. And we go on to immunity and detox packages, $150. $19 for digital Southern vegan style cookbook. Very nice. I'm not sure what's in it, but a lot of nice starchy foods with with good enough vegetables to wash down, too much starch. Even the best Prego for sugar. And Apple of Eve. I'm not sure what this is, but it looks like a very unique product. Very beautiful product. That's what he sells. And he also has a wateritarian diet. And if y'all notice, if y'all will recall, I had Terrence, the natural herbalist. He is known for not only healing, but also dealing with the root cause of many problems, and that is with the food. So if you don't know who Terrence Miller is, I will highly advise you to go back to my archives of videos, which I might have to start making playlists, which is coming. But it explains more about what he does. My good friend Terrence Miller. But other than that, this is what Mr. Yada Waken sells. Yeah. And I could probably look at some of them, but I'm not gonna do that right now. Let's keep going with this. Let's keep going with the tape. Very serious.
Rib protects the internal organs, the heart and the rib. If the rib is mishandled, it fractures, it breaks. And what does that do to the man? It leaves him vulnerable. It leaves him hurt. But if a man handles this rib, protects this rib, uplifts this rib, guides this rib, loves this rib, this woman is able to become something greater than what she was created, which uplifts the man himself. So God gave a man responsibility before he gave him a woman. He didn't say, here's Adam and here's Eve. He said, here's Adam and here's a responsibility. And then when God was seen that he was fit to be considered a man and a head, which God is the head of man and man is the head of woman, he then gave God Eve. And then what happened, brother? And then what happened?
You tell me. Because I'm gonna add the context. I want you to
No, we can go in deep. If you want chapters, whatever, we can do this. But I need every young man listening to me that was raised in a home without a father. Young girls that was raised in homes without fathers. Your mother is divine greatness. Your mother is beautiful. I don't care what no man says about you, your mother, or where you can go. Strive to elevate. Strive to become the best version you are before you get into a relationship, so you don't have to drag a woman through the same things your fathers did to your mothers. Love yourself enough to provide for yourself. So when you get into a relationship with a woman, you don't have to abandon her or drag her through your turmoils. All praises is completely due to the Most High. Go ahead, my brother.
You know what's so funny about that story, the part that he left out?
What's that?
Is that she hearkened to the voice of the serpent. And the man wasn't there to protect her. God was. They had everything. They didn't even know that they was naked. He made her because he said that it was.
Now, as you know, these guys are going to go into some Bible babble. And, the views of Chaos Reign, I do not advocate or push, scripture rhetoric. But I understand why it needs to be pushed, because a lot of people live in sin and all that nonsense. So, obviously, for those that are Christian, which, last time I checked was 80%, the world is Christianized, that this message might resonate with you and it might be offensive to those. But at the end of the day, they're going and have this heated debate about which is the cause of the fall of man. Listen carefully. Fair use, fair use.
It wasn't good for man to be alone. And he didn't point to figure it out. He let him name every single thing that was in the garden. And the context matters. And this is what happens when you know your word. And the interesting part about it is the devil know parts of the Bible too.
Oh man.
The devil know parts of the Bible too. So that the serpent itself was able to beguile Eve because he understood what God told them not to do, to not to eat from that tree, not to eat that fruit. And although she had all of the covering that she could ever want and need, there is no greater provider than God himself. And you know what she did? She was disobedient. She still ate. And not only did she eat, she went and she gave it to her husband too, which then got them kicked out. And then they had to put cherubims around the tree of life so that they wouldn't eat it and become gods themselves. That's scripture. And then their children was raised up to then kill one another because one of them was jealous of the other. And then the children then became generational curses as a result of what the beguilement was from the wife, from Eve.
Brother.
No.
Okay.
That's what happened.
Okay.
That's literally what happened. So my point is that context matters. It's not just looking at it on the surface.
Definitely.
It's deep diving into the understanding. You need to get a concordance. You should get a concordance because I don't know what book you read. I don't know what version you understand, but you got to get a concordance to understand what words mean. And you need to understand exactly what God instructed Adam to do because he wasn't disobedient. He was punished for the thing that you tell women to do and you tell men to do. You said, people sent me a video of you saying a man should give 100% of his check to his wife.
Yep. I remember that shit right there. Yep, he did. But, and let me say this. Uncle D, you're going to watch this. You're going to cover this, and you need to cover this. You went in on this, brother, in the good intentions. Because he's leading any man, depending if they got no daddy, which most of them don't. Which most of them don't, actually, I'm sorry. That you find people that will create these narrative message. And you know who's really supporting watching their material? It's not men. It's the bitch. It's the woman. It's the ladies. It's this black beep. You feel me? It's them that's watching this brother's content. When a brother comes and logs into his social media and he scrolls down the timeline, like with a singer, with the phones, they see this man talking about saying, give your woman your whole paycheck. I say, nigga, what? Nigga, who? Nigga, what? Nah. Not even Maria. Not even Mainling. Not even Sarah. Or Ruth. And I hope you black men are doing this. Giving your girlfriend or your wife your whole damn check. Absolutely not. You are out of order. You come, depending on what job you do, you open that door. Hopefully it may be your apartment or your shack and whatever the hell you want to call it. And your girlfriend or your wife, your sniffing other, sees you come in and then she has her hand out, lenged out, and saying, here, give it to me. I will be God damn handing my check to you. All right, let's keep going. Very serious.
God punished Adam because he hearkened to the voice of his woman and he wasn't the leader that you saying with both tongues, because it's speaking from both tongues, that you said that men should do. It's the opposite of what God instructed man to do.
That's what he just said is so beautiful.
And it is beautiful because, let's be honest, and I think Yada might be more of a Hebrew Israelite. I'm having the vibes of Hebrew Israelism or Hebrew Israelitism. I'm getting that more of that buzz personally portrayed, really. Yeah. That's the buzz I'm getting. You know, that what he's harping, you know. But other than that, besides anything of substance, you're not really reading that book. I have the Bible, and I haven't gone for that book, and I know for a fact if I go through it and use different etymology words, definitions of words, it probably will make more sense to me as well. All right, let's keep going. Fairies.
Genesis chapter 3, verse 1 through 6. Adam was right next to Eve when the serpent gave her the fruit to eat. He was right next to her. Genesis, anybody, Genesis.
This guy's crazy.
Chapter 1. Listen to me. Genesis chapter 3, verse 1 through 6. Can somebody read that for me?
What version?
I'm gonna pull that up. I'm gonna pull that up. Genesis.
What version?
Let's go King James just to keep it.
I like it.
Let's keep it
I
King
like
James
it.
just to keep
I
it
do
standard.
this.
And Lano, can we pull that up? Can we pull that up, Lano? Is that possible?
Chapter and
We're no longer allowing men
Go
to
ahead and pull
walk
it up.
us around
Genesis 1 through
circles
6.
and sound like they know what they're talking about.
Oh no, you know
Genesis,
what's up. You know
chapter
what's up.
3, verse 1 through 6. Can somebody
and make
please
sure-
read?
and-
Listen, we're gonna pull that up. And listen,
Okay,
shout out
good.
to the chat. We're gonna pull that up. Genesis chapter 1 through 6. We got 3,300 people in the chat. That's between initiates, NDBA, and the bag chasers all going crazy tonight. And I dropped the poll, guys. We already got 1,200 people chimed in on that poll. Who will win tonight's debate is already getting heated. Should men pay 100% of the bills?
And like I said, we'll take a quick little thing right here. Please, guys, support the channel. Please support the channel.
My money.
I told you.
Where is my money?
Benny. Bring me everyone.
I need my money. I need my money.
What do you mean everyone?
All right, let's keep going.
After you read this, I'm going to break down the generational curse. This brother didn't know what he was talking about. But
Okay,
let's do
okay.
this.
Let's send that link to Lano. Send that link to Lano.
praise
I want him to
to
pull
the
that up.
Most High.
Let's go
Praise
ahead.
to the
Yo,
Most
my-
High.
I'm
my
gonna go ahead
mic's
and read
still
this
good?
joint. Your mic is
Okay,
good. Can you? Okay.
Make sure y'all get y'all hardly initiated cards. Too. All right? My mic seems like it's going in and out.
It's
My
going on.
head praises
And
be
your
to the
headphones-
Most
It's probably
High.
your headphones, but your
All
mic is
praises
good.
be
Your
to
mic
the
is
Most
As
good.
long as my mic is good.
Your
I'm
mic
good.
is
All
Gucci.
praises be
So
to
check
the
this
Most
out.
High.
I'm gonna go ahead and start reading this. Lano, go ahead. You gonna get that set to Lano to pull
I'm
it
trying
out.
to get it to Lano. Yeah.
Now Genesis chapter 3. Now the serpent was more subtle than any beast of the field which the Lord God had made. And he said unto the woman, Yea, hath God said, Ye shall not eat of every tree of the garden. 2. And the woman said unto the serpent, We may eat of the fruit of the trees of the garden. But of the fruit of the tree which is in the midst of the garden, God hath said, Ye shall not eat of it, neither shall y'all touch it, lest ye die. And the serpent said unto the woman, Ye shall not surely die. For God doth know that in the day ye eat thereof, then your eyes shall be opened, and ye shall be as gods, knowing good and evil.
That's correct.
And when the woman saw that the tree was good for
Yep.
food,
Yep.
and that it was pleasant to the eyes, and a tree to be desired to make one wise, she took of the fruit thereof and did eat, and gave also unto her husband with her, and he did eat.
With her.
That
Read
does
that
not
again.
know.
No.
That's not what it means.
Read that
That's
again,
not what
please.
it means.
Read that again, please.
That's
Let's
not
read
what
it
it
again.
means.
Let me read it one more time. Let me read this one more
That's
time.
not what it means, and you
This-
know better.
Now you want to
is-
change
You
the
know
word.
better. No,
Pull
it's
that
not.
up.
Guys said that's not what it means. God damn, these brothers are having a Bible battle back and forth. Imagine the Hebrew Israelite, a real Hebrew Israelite, please stand up. He will sit there and say, read, read. He will be bound up with this big ass book, the King James. And mind you, the King James was a homosexual book. Let's keep it real. We will take the King James version about and bust you, hit you on top of your head, like this, slam it, the book in your head. But let's keep going. Fairies. This is good.
Lano,
Change
pull
the
that up
word.
so
Hold on,
people
wait,
You
can
know
see
that's
that.
not what it
Guys,
means.
hold on, wait, 1 second. This is actually chapter 3. I'm reading verse 6 again. And when the woman saw that the tree was good for food, and that it was pleasant to the eyes, and a tree to be desired to make one wise, she took of the fruit thereof, and did eat, and gave also unto her husband with her.
With her.
But no, but see,
With
here's the
her.
key. No, here's the key.
Now he want to change the word of God.
Nope, don't overtalk me.
Nope.
She told
Nope. He's not gonna change it. He's gonna give you the actual version or Anton Daniel's version. Listen carefully. Listen.
talk to the serpent
Scroll up,
by
Mono.
herself. She ate from the tree by herself, and then she took with her and then dined with her husband.
That's not what it said.
Listen. That is what happened in the word.
Man.
He wants to, and here's the beautiful part about this, is that he's so stuck on pandering.
Oh man.
He's so stuck. And here's the beautiful part about this, is that regardless of what,
Man, Anton not gonna give no filter, man. Where Kevin at?
God damn it! You can't make this shit up. God damn it! You can't make this shit up.
Let's keep going.
man that you have, regardless of your covering, he's going to suffer no matter what. He has to pay the price. Men today understand that regardless of whether or not my mic is going in and out, or is it just my headphones?
Just your headphones. Just your headphones.
Regardless of whether or not we get you impregnated or not, we still have to be responsible for that. We go to jail regardless of if we want to take care of that kid or not. If we decide that we don't want to pay child support, even if it's not your child, a woman can put your name on the birth certificate and you will be imprisoned as a result of it. That is just the facts. It's men every single day that go to jail for things that they didn't do. They get accused of things that they didn't do every single day. Meaning that men by default, even back in the word of God, is held accountable for the things that their wife do. But it doesn't absolve the woman from being responsible for her own decisions. It does not absolve her at all. And that's the part of the context that we're missing. We always want to put it on the men. And justifiably so, because men have to be responsible, and you've never seen how great a society is without men being great themselves. But we don't live in that time.
Oh, praises. Now,
I
want to finish what I was saying about
But I'm going to let him finish.
Thank you so much,
Let's go ahead and get it. Let's go ahead.
Thank you
go
so
ahead,
much.
Yada.
Thank you so much. From Genesis, chapter 3, verse 1 through 6.
He just read it.
Listen to me, please. May I speak? That's
You're right.
feminine,
I'm
brother.
sorry.
I
You're right.
appreciate you so much. Genesis, chapter 3. You read
1
it.
through 6.
Yes,
1
sir.
through 6,
that
right?
was 1 through
Yep.
6. Yes, sir.
Did it say that Eve walked down the street?
No.
Did it say she ran around the corner? She said she gave it to her husband that was right next to her, meaning...
It didn't say right
brother,
next to her.
brother, that was
you
with her.
pervert
Brother,
the word
brother,
of God.
brother. Can we read it one more time? It's on the screen.
He didn't say
Can
he
we
was right
place it
next to her.
again?
And
Can we
gave-
place...
He said
on.
that she
Antoine,
talked to
hold
the
on for 1
serpent
minute,
by
brother.
herself.
1 minute,
He
brother.
was not there.
Brother, 1 minute, brother,
So check
please.
it out. I got it. It says, and gave also. She took.
Also.
She took.
Also.
of the
Brother,
fruit-
listen, brother.
She
Thank
took
you.
of the fruit thereof, and did eat, and gave also
Thank
unto
you.
her husband with her.
So you're going to ignore
And
also?
With her.
He did
You're going to
eat.
ignore also?
Can you read it again? Because I don't know
I didn't
where
see
he learned
anywhere.
English from.
I didn't see anywhere in that
Where'd you
scripture
learn your English?
where it said that
Okay,
Adam was
let me
there
finish,
while
brother.
she was
Let-
having
let-
a
let me finish.
conversation.
I understand
and when she
you don't
picked-
like to be
and when
proven
she
wrong. I
picked the
got
fruit
you.
off
Oh,
of the
we
tree.
gotta have.
Yeah, man. There's context for everything. That's why Anton is not having that bullshit. He said, wait. That's not what that book said. That's not what that verse said. Absolutely. And I'm not even going to type up on the bot to really find and have a read word by word. I ain't doing that crap. Hell no. This ain't the Bible. This ain't church, Negroes. This ain't scripture. This ain't the King James Bible version YouTube channel. This is the Chaos Reign Show. Here chaos only reigns, and it takes a greater, more extreme chaos to restore the order in which the world you live in today. I am that enigma, that person that tells you, say, F that, man. Anyhow, let's keep going. First.
Have
I
one
didn't see
mic.
that.
We gotta have one mic, guys, just so because we
I'm
gotta
gonna finish. Thank you so
We
much.
gotta
So
get
let's get it.
context.
So
on this.
Genesis 1 through 6.
Right. First, I want to say, Antoine, I love you. And I'm glad that you came here to speak with me today. We don't have to get emotional, over talk, yell. It's not about proving points. Bro, we're going to show facts. That's it. You said talking points, right? You said we couldn't go into context. Now, as we see, When a man leaves a woman unprotected, she doesn't just get hurt. Her family beneath her gets hurt. Now we're going to step into what the brother was talking about with generational curses. The generational curse fell on the sons. You okay, brother? I thought you were having a seizure. Your neck was moving a little bit. You okay?
I'm listening.
Just making sure you're okay.
Because
God damn, this dude is ranking right now. Oh my! Wait. Damn, they gotta be pause and play for this.
Pause.
Pause on the play.
You're doing the Kamala
Brother,
Harris.
no, brother.
Let's keep going, man. But hey, you know, it's all fun and games. Let's keep it real, man. Listen. Anton is very religious. He does take that book, and the book, the version of the Bible, is of importance. Most of us in the Western world, we normally supposed to read off the King James version of the Bible, which, you know, Shakespeare helped compel a good portion of that Bible, even to the point that he wanted to have his signature name on the Bible, that everybody know that he helped wrote the Bible. And you know, his lover King George, when him and Shakespeare were in beds, huddle up, cuddling, and some with each other, you know. Let's just say, King James said, "No, you will not put your stamp on my book," and Shakespeare did anyway. In each letter character of his full name, he put in a special section of the Bible. I think it's the book of Psalms. Could be wrong. Anyway, let's keep going. Fair use.
But go ahead.
Please, brother. Thank you so much. I love you, brother, really. When Adam and Eve, Adam is the head over woman. God is the head over man. Mm-hmm. When Adam ate, God came to him, and I'll give you a check if you want to, because I know I like to go back, and this is what I do. He ate of the fruit. Like the brother said, he was naked. God came to him and said, "Why are you hiding?" He said, "I'm naked." He said, "Who told you you're naked? Yes or no?" You agree with that part? Thank you so much for agreeing. He then asked him, "Who told you you were naked?" He said, "The woman that you gave me the fruit, and I ate." He took no responsibility over that woman. Now this turns into a generational curse, which goes down to Cain and Abel. When a man leaves a woman unprotected, we're going to see death in high numbers, as we do right now. Detroit, Chicago, New York, they're even rapping about it, calling it drill music. But if young men, had fathers in their lives that could elevate them, love their mothers, appreciate their mothers, guide their mothers, because when a man loves a woman, the children will be protected. But when a woman has to pick up the slack of a man and become a man, more masculine in her approach with her sons, the boy turns into something other than himself. And now we're seeing murder at high numbers. We're still going through the sins of Adam not being a provider and a teacher, because a provider isn't just financial. Providing is emotionally, mentally, spiritually, intellectually. This is what a provider.
One second, guys. I gotta mute the light. Oh man, the F-free is real, gentlemen and ladies. It's real on an all-time high. You can't make this shit up, really. You can't. Anton's back there is looking, smirking, laughing, and say, "What? Is because of Adam this is acting up, nah, I call cap. Even to the point, talking about saying, why the children are a certain way. And much as I like to believe that, I just don't know. There are men out here that either have kids or not, or do have kids. They go through much worse problems, even if they've been trying. And really, the woman goes off the wall and off chain because they could do this here in America. Let them try that bullshit outside America. See how far they go. They don't go that far. I'm the same. Anyway, let's keep going. I can ram all day. Oh.
It is. And when a man's unable to do that, we see what's going on. Young girls not knowing how to choose a man, and men speaking down to women. This is what's going on. This is the sin of Adam, not the sin of Eve. But you men believe that.
Adam was punished not for eating the fruit, but to hearkening unto the voice of the woman. That's why he don't understand. See, he'll move the goalposts and start talking about drill music and all of this other nonsense. That's not true. Let me tell you something. God punished her. He punished her first. He punished the woman. He didn't punish the man because of the woman. He punished the man for hearkening unto the voice of the woman. And that's the context. How can you sit there and say, because she wasn't provided for and protected, when at that time, before sin was committed, God was the provider and the protector? So did she sin against her husband or did she sin against God?
Are you asking a question?
Yes, that's a question.
Ooh, that's a great fucking question. That's a question that I want to know personally. Because she was serving man, or actually God first, then man second. If we want to go through the biblical aspects of that textbook. But now, they're kicked out of heaven, or out of the garden of heaven. So, anyhow, let's keep listening.
Question.
She sins in both.
Did she sin against her husband or did she sin against God?
Both.
Well, that would make you a hypocrite. That would make you contradictory because
how?
I'm gonna explain to you how.
Please.
Because you said that she wasn't provided and protected for. God had gave them everything that they could ever need. Their responsibility was to make sure that they listened to God and did what he's supposed to do. They only had one rule.
That's beautiful, brother.
There was only one rule, not to eat from that fruit. That's it.
That wasn't it.
That was the rule.
No, it wasn't.
That was the rule.
No, it wasn't.
And they sinned against God. They were punished as a result of it. Okay. So for you to say that she wasn't protected and provided for is a lie, because then that would mean that you convicting God.
Hold on, wait 1 second. I want to reset the room, by the way, because I know people just coming in.
I love it.
We got Anton and Yada in the building right now, and this all is inspired. This is the context behind the original question here of should men pay 100% of the bills.
I love it.
If you missed it already, you're going to have to go back to the beginning to get some further context. But the story of Genesis was brought up here as a way for us to go to be honest, I damn forgot why the hell we went here.
Well, it's about responsibility. That's what it's about.
It was
That's the conversation.
responsibility.
About responsibility.
But see, I think this is really important because what we're trying to really nail down at this point is the concept of true providership.
Right.
And what does providership properly look like? Because I think 100% of the bills is really when is related to the conversation of men being providers, and what does it look like for men to properly provide?
And essentially, when does a man qualify for a relationship?
And see, that's a really great question, because my man Yada said a man is always providing 100%, whereas Anton here says it depends on the relationship itself.
Right. It depends on the circumstances. It depends on a lot of things. It's not just the relationship.
Okay, hold tight. So before you get into that question, I want to read some of these super chats. We told the initiates that we was going to read the super chats. Shout out to Raphael Williams, says Yada on that grift. He even brought his Goof Troop female posse to back him up. Y'all are trolls. Shout out to Kimberly Moore, says read 1 Timothy chapter 2 verse 13 through 14. And shout out to Joanne. She says, Yada, I want to ask you how to get any woman respect and submission.
Hold off on
and
all
I gotta
questions.
change these up,
Hold
guys.
off on all
Listen, y'all gotta
questions
spell
right
check these super chats because y'all gonna have me up here sounding crazy. And continue to make sure to send those. And I'm gonna drop a poll right here because the conversation is, should men pay 100% of the bills? So I'm getting ready to drop that poll to see what the initiates think. And I think Tyshawn, you wanted to follow up with a question real fast.
Absolutely. I think, Yada, we talked about this yesterday.
Over 4,000 people in the chat.
I think it's really important for us to give context to the brother who is on the come up, because I know a lot myself of brothers at different levels. I have a vast friend group here in Atlanta of brothers from a financial perspective, they've already made it, and other brothers who are absolutely ambitious. They're in masterminds, they're investing in themselves, but they have not really quite arrived at that place where they feel in this economy that they can really provide for the family at the level that they want, at the vision that they want, but they also may still have a lady that they love or that they're building with. Mm-hmm. Is it a good idea, because I really want to give the men some game here, should men take on a woman that they feel like they love and is an asset before he is capable and ready to 100% provide?
What do you mean by?
Now, this is where it gets a little more in depth for those that don't know. And like I said, and I forgot, I give a good shout out to Harley Initiative. You know, these brothers do unique content. They have certain well-known social media misfits on their podcasts, and they're sitting down, chopping up, having a good time, and engage in good, respectful dialogue. And, you know, hold on. You know that when you see these conversations, it's something that you guys should get out of it, that you have to look at yourself in the mirror and how it more applies to your life. And as you know, with me in the Chaos Rain Show, I like most content like this. Good portion or majority content, you know, we lay off the women sometimes, and then we talk about the real facts that really define us as a people, and that is, you know, what is a man, what is a woman, what are the roles, and why do we go so hard in the paint against each other in a good or bad way? Nonetheless, all answers could be given, but only you as a man, especially, you have to seek for these answers, because no one's going to give you answers for you. You're going to have to use your rational brain. All right, let's keep going. Farious.
All right, let me ask just a little bit more concept.
Yeah.
What do you mean by is an asset?
Well, he feels like she has the qualities of a good wife.
Because I believe that every
partner.
woman can be an asset, but I'm wondering, in the context of your question, what do you mean by that?
As she has the qualities to become a wife and his long-term partner that he can build with.
So it's a woman that I'm assuming the woman that a gentleman is serious about.
Absolutely.
Should he take her on if
So
he can't quite provide 100%?
should he jump into this? Okay, I'm just gonna summarize it because I'm a C student. I'm slow. He's smarter than me. Should he get into a relationship with this woman even though he can't provide 100%? Is that what y'all
100%?
asking?
Yes.
Okay. All right, I got you. Is that a question for me?
Actually,
First?
how about this? I think I want to actually hear from Yada on this one, because I'm not sure who's
because I think we're trying to clarify: is it should that be the goal to pay 100%, or should that be the standard even prior to getting into a relationship?
Okay. You're saying should it be the goal or the standard? What do you mean? Break it down a little bit.
So you change.
Break it down a little bit for me.
So go ahead, Ty. Because I want to make sure we ask the same question.
Because I don't want to change the.
In other words, should a man, the man where he is, background, financial, whatever, should pay 100% of the bills, period. No complaints. That should be the question. Make it simple, gentlemen. Make it simple. God damn it. Farious.
Question. I want to make sure we're clear on the question. The question is simply, if we have a brother who is not ready to 100% provide at this point in his life and time, should he seriously be looking to pursue, marry, and build with a woman?
No.
Can I ask one more question?
Yes.
Or let me just add one more piece of context.
Okay.
Does it matter how old he is? How old is this guy that's asking this question? Because if you're 40, I think it's a completely different conversation.
Okay.
Than if you're 20.
Well,
then
let's
how
say
about this?
between
Give
30
me,
and 40.
Give me the context on the different age groups. You can wrap that all into your answer when you contextualize your response.
Let him go.
I believe that, again, I think that if you're 20, marriage it's a multi-purpose construct, right? It's not just for love. I look at marriage as a business also. As a matter of fact, I also look at marriage as a business first. It doesn't mean that it absolves you from love, but I absolutely look at it as a business. On top of that, it's also supposed to prevent you from sinning, right? One of the things that I advocate against is people doing married people things without, and again, you got to come from the perspective that I look at this through the lens of a Christian, right? So I'm saying that a lot of times people want to jump head first into sex out of wedlock, children out of wedlock, so on and so forth. And I believe that that absolves you from that. And it also gives you a greater purpose and responsibility because you now have to shepherd over somebody other than yourself. And generally, especially men, most men, you're supposed to care more about the people around you. And that's why even when you're trying to solve for something or even when you're trying to be successful, they tell you to think about somebody other than yourself because sometimes if you do it just for you, you won't care. But if you're doing it for your daughter, if you're doing it for your son, if you're doing it for people that's outside of you, even your mother or your father, when you add people into that equation, a lot of times you'll be a lot more purposeful and you'll be a lot more dedicated, consistent, and so on and so forth. So if you're solving for sin, if you're solving for also wanting to be successful, but understanding that it's an exchange for strengths for weaknesses, because it's not just one way, right? Women do add value into the conversation, and you're 20, 21, 22, 23 years old, you're supposed to be broke, relatively.
And I have no problem. Most youth that's around the age. And let's be honest, if you're a man that's even in your 20s, and depending if you work 1 or 2 jobs, 9 10 time, you're going to have some money. You're not going to be allegedly broke. But overall, in the long scheme of things, you're actually broke, working poor, like most Americans, no matter if they got a career or not. Because most jobs nowadays, I don't care what the background is, maybe in the tech field, maybe, and maybe in certain engineering STEM field, maybe a little more, that you're just working poor. You're working just to, unfortunately, pay the bills. And I know that doesn't sound right, or it's not the right thing to say, but man, I gotta tell y'all what it is, that you're working poor and you're working just to get by. Period. No matter your financial situation. Only time you really are afloat, respectfully, is now because we're in 2024. You need to have at least no greater than annually, and if you get this monthly, will be all A plus or downline every couple months up to a year. If you don't make like 300K a year, or you get that automatically in a month or two, depending on what business, and not only you have to pay tax, you are, in my opinion, this is just me, you're just getting by and you live the paycheck. Because really, 300K now in the present day is relaxed money, where you could take it and make use of that money. And something that a lot of people don't talk about. But I'm telling you firsthand, you're just getting by and you're living check by check, anything under 300K. Personally, regardless, they tell you it's good money. It's not really much, but it's just something that you could be comfortable and invest in your little money if you're making that a year. I'm just saying, but don't shoot the messenger, sir. Just give me some insight and wisdom. Fair use.
I mean, compared to what me and him have, you're supposed to be broke. You're not going to be making $200, $300, $400, $1 million, $2 million a year. That's just a fact, unless you're doing something that you're not supposed to do. So at that age, I absolutely advocate for people to get married. And I also believe that it's best for people that have less resources to get married because it's a quicker way to build wealth. The goal ultimately should always be to where you can release her from doing the things that normal women would do that are single, as far as having to provide and protect for themselves. But at the same time, I also think that there's nuance in that, because if you're in a relationship with somebody that's early in there and you got it from scratch, I think that she has equity in what you do. If you're a 40, 50-year-old man, I think you need to probably get yourself together before you decide that you want to bring a woman into your space and you can't provide. And that's the context. I think that when you're older, if you've been playing video games and you've been doing the same thing over and over again and you don't have the results, you need to go and study your word. You need to get in your Bible. You need to dedicate yourself. You need to get a coach. You need to figure out what life is like.
So
at that point, I don't think that you should be in a relationship.
So context, just so I understand, a man between his 20s and I guess between 20 and 30, it's fine for him to not be able to provide 100%.
Yes,
because
absolutely.
he's building with his lady. As
100%.
a man gets 40.
And here's the rest of the context, though, because I think that in society, and we live in this social media culture, that everybody thinks that you're supposed to live in a mansion. Everybody thinks that you're supposed to have a high-rise condo, right? You could provide 100%, especially if you have children, but are you willing to lower your lifestyle in order to build successfully and then add value into the assets that will ultimately make you rich in the future, right? So it's so much nuance. There's so much context to this. And it depends on where you at in your life. It depends on what you study. And it depends on what your family structure is like. It depends on if you come from money and resources, right? All of those things matter. And I think that there is no one right answer. It depends on the circumstance, and everybody's circumstance is different.
There we have it. Okay, Yada, we're going to give you a chance to respond here.
I love the way he articulated himself. It's very beautiful. But being well-traveled, I've seen men provide 100% without having so much. And like the brother said, long as they're staying within their standards, I don't think a man should get into a relationship with a woman until he knows he's able to handle all responsibilities by himself, just in case that woman leaves him. Because if you're in a relationship with a woman and you're living with a woman and she's paying half and you're paying half and she leaves you, what are you gonna do? Lose everything you have, your car, your home? A man has to be able to provide for himself and another comfortably before he entertains a woman. But not just speaking on the financial part, a man needs to make sure he's spiritually whole, mentally whole, emotionally whole. Because if he's coming from America and coming from certain backgrounds, majority of the time they're scarred. Even if they were raised in home with two parents, they're scarred and they're battling some form of childhood trauma. And men, we get so caught up in our ego and our pride, we tend to bleed on the person that's right next to us, forgetting this person's on our team. Now we're stressed out because we can't pay the bills like we should. She's fussing at us. Now what we do, we drinking more, we smoking more, we're trying to run away from the truth. We're trying to run away from our children. Brothers, if you're listening to me and you didn't have the proper father in your life, please, I beg you, take care of yourself. Love yourself. Provide for yourself. Spend the first 5 years of your adulthood working on becoming the man that you need to be so you can get the woman you want and not the woman you settled for. Because a lot of men are getting into relationships with women they're settling for because they can't get the woman that they truly want. Now they're misusing this woman, abusing this woman. Children come, they leave this woman. Most men that leave women because they weren't properly good with them. They didn't love them. They couldn't connect to them on all levels. They got a woman that took them at the level which they were on, and a woman that they truly wanted, they're not going to look at them. So all I'm saying to my brothers, and I love what Antoine, I don't disagree when he said family is business. No, man, I for sure, it's big.
Now, after all that, right? For those that's listening, do you really believe Yada's the sermon? And if you look at his social media, mostly it speaks all-term message. My thing is this: for mostly that's pandering, I always ask this question: why are you really here? Because most content creators and different channels are not panderers. They have no vested interest pandering, telling lies to women. Most of them will pretty much avoid a lot of Western women today because a lot of Western women will do more harm than good to their reputation and their status in the society. But like I said, we have them and we float them around for a reason, you know. But anyhow, let me keep going. Phrase.
Business. But brothers, please take care of yourself mentally, emotionally, financially. Make sure you're talking to counselors. Make sure you're dealing with childhood trauma, especially if you were raised in homes with abusive fathers, either verbally abusive, emotionally abusive, or physically abusive. It's business. But brothers, please take care of yourself mentally, emotionally, financially. Make sure you're talking to counselors. Make sure you're dealing with childhood trauma, especially if you were raised in homes with abusive fathers, either verbally abusive. So all I'm saying to my brothers, or you didn't have a father whatsoever, or you didn't have a father whatsoever, you're dealing with childhood trauma, especially if you were raised, you're dealing with childhood, or you didn't have a father whatsoever. Spend this time in you're dealing with childhood trauma, or you didn't have a father whatsoever. Spend this time in your adult, you're dealing with childhood trauma, especially if you were raised in homes with abusive fathers. You're dealing with childhood trauma, especially if you were raised in homes with abusive fathers. You're dealing with childhood trauma, especially if you were raised in homes with abusive fathers.
You know, that's the one thing that I've noticed and pay attention to detail in regards that men are getting abused by their fathers. Like, nigga, really? If last time I checked, regardless of the few men that are involved with their children's lives, most of the abuse comes directly by their mothers. In regards killing their self-esteem, demeaning them, telling them that they ain't gonna be worth ain't nothing. And they think they're gonna expect a lot of them. After you tell them negative, they're gonna come out and sprout out success. It don't work like that. Men, like my good friend Uncle D said best, men have to be trained and groomed to be better men. And right now, most European women are not, doing that due to see the men be developed. So, all right. I'm hoping that Anton caught that, but maybe he hasn't. But we'll see. Very serious.
Either verbally abusive, emotionally abusive, or physically abusive, or you didn't have a father whatsoever. Spend this time in your adulthood loving on yourself, protecting yourself, leading yourself, and guiding yourself. So when you do find a woman that you love, you don't break her. Women can't endure what we endure. They can't do it. And when a man is building on the come up, we pour so much hurt onto our women because men get stressed out. When we trying to build, we get stressed out. To get to where me and Antoine's at, we put a lot of work in, and it came with a lot of pain. It wasn't peaches and creams and kumbayas. It's, I gotta figure this out. Oh, what's going on? And sometimes the woman right next to us gets this attitude, gets this aggression, not because we don't love them, but they're right next to us, so we're bleeding on them without meaning to, and we're blessed to have women, because I believe your wife was with you on your come up, right?
Absolutely. I've known her since high school.
They were able to endure the men till we got to this level, because I wasn't this man 10, 20 years ago, but I had to go through so much to become this man, from trial and error, and I'm just blessed to have a woman that was able to endure it. A lot of women don't have the endurance for that, and a man should never bleed on his woman if he says he loves her. Brothers, please heal yourselves first, and then get into a relationship with a woman.
There you have. So we got, man, Anton, you was right, because this not about to be 2 hours.
It's about to be a full.
I got a question.
Okay, we're gonna get this question going, and then we're gonna get to the next round.
Couple different questions. Number one, I wonder why he didn't say men that also have abusive mothers, because he said abusive fathers. He didn't say abusive mothers also, right? Because again, he never holds women accountable for the decisions that they make. That's number one. And number two, and I don't want to make this personal, but my question is, how many women have you bled on prior to actually finding yourself?
How many women have I bled on?
Yeah, according to the context that you said. You said a lot of times
from the age I started talking to women, 16, 15, I bled. Trial and error. Like God really took me on a journey of learning myself, figuring out how to love myself, express, build financial wealth with nobody to guide me. I built financial wealth. I'm the first multi-millionaire in my family, and I'm the first to take care of my whole family by myself. Every member of my family I provide for. So, brother, yes, coming from where I come from, majority of the people in my neighborhood were either raised by their mothers, their grandmothers, their aunties. So when the brother is speaking, and I know he said he was raised in a household with his mother and his father, man, I salute that.
Oh, so you have studied?
No.
Because I didn't say that today.
No, we last had an interview when you came on the what was that?
The virtual.
You mentioned that. I just don't forget. I love you, brother.
No, that's dope. I'm glad that you paid attention to what I was saying.
That was beautiful because I was like, wow, that's amazing to see a black man say he had his mother and his father. But coming from where I come from, that's not the norm. So the men he's speaking to and the men I'm speaking to the majority. You're speaking to men that's coming out of households with father.
All right. Let me see what we're doing with the likes. I gotta pause this. Oh, did someone say pause? Like pause.
Pause.
Bars all day long. All right, let's keep going. Fair's.
And mothers. I'm speaking to men that literally had to teach themselves how to be men, how to urinate. Shake it once, shake it 3 times, you're playing with it. There's no man guiding a man and telling a man to do that. So I'm telling the brothers that's coming from where I'm coming from, brothers, heal. Your father, he might have been going through some things. You don't know. Heal. If your mother was abusive, because it happens. It does happen. Heal. That's the topic, brother. Heal. Heal yourself before you entertain a woman, or you will bleed on everybody. Because it's hard when you finally meet a woman that loves you and you're just gushing out blood, past relationships, mommy issues, daddy issues, sibling issues. So I just want to tell the young brothers again and the older men, heal. Put the pride, put the ego down and heal. Regardless if it's mommy issues or daddy issues, mommy issues, or both. We have to heal as men so we can become the fathers that we never seen or had. Regardless if we had fathers in our lives, we should become better versions of them. And if we didn't have fathers in our lives, we should strive to do for our children what no man has done for us. And again, I give all praises due to the Most High.
There you have it.
Man.
Anton, can we go to round two?
No, because we're not just gonna skip. We're not gonna skip past certain things.
Okay.
What we got?
He says he's speaking to a certain demographic of men. I'm speaking to people.
And his demographic is black women. Because black women got the money. They got the purse strings to the so-called black community. So obviously it makes sense for Mr. Yada to talk that game, sweeten up that mood, and run some smoke. I digress. Fairies. And we're probably going to stop at the 1 hour mark of this.
I think that women and men need to heal. Because there's no Captain Save 'em that's going to come into your life and fix the things that you didn't fix yourself. And that's the difference between us. Fundamentally, on a lot of the things that we do agree on. Right? We do agree on a lot of things. The problem between him and I is that he doesn't speak to people. I believe that because he understands his audience, he understands his demographic. I think that he slants his words towards always speaking negatively towards men and don't hold women accountable, which is one of the reasons why he purposely left out the abusive mothers also. Because we can solve for 99.9% of all men in society today. And guess what? Because of how we are biologically made, 1% of men can populate 90% of all women. So even if all men got themselves together, men could still, certain demographic of men, because it's a false narrative to say and hold, if he's speaking to the majority of men, like he said that he was, It's a false narrative to say that the majority of men are out here doing things that they're not supposed to do, holding themselves accountable, and getting women pregnant out of wedlock. There's a small minority of men that's populating the majority of these women that's getting them pregnant out of wedlock. And so if you're going to speak to something, then you have to solve for the majority, not the minority. Women are out here choosing for themselves because they have the availability to do so. They having a slut walk. I seen you say on Angela Yee's podcast, you told a woman that said that she was ready to slut it out because she had been abstinent for 2 years and she was ready to have 3 different guys at the same time, and you encouraged her.
What? Wait a minute. Wait. Run that back to me again. I didn't hear that again. Hit it. What? Hold on.
Holding themselves accountable and getting women pregnant out of wedlock. There's a small minority of men that's towards always speaking negatively towards men and don't hold women accountable, which is one of the reasons why he purposely left out the abusive mothers also. Because we can solve for 99.9% of all men in society today. And guess what? Because of how we are biologically made, 1% of men can populate 90% of all women. So even if all men got themselves together, men can still, certain demographic of men, because it's a false narrative to say and hold, if he's speaking to the majority of men, like he said that he was, it's a false narrative to say that the majority of men are out here doing things that they're not supposed to do, holding themselves accountable, and getting women pregnant out of wedlock. There's a small minority of men that's populating the majority of these women that's getting them pregnant out of wedlock. And so if you're going to speak to something, then you have to solve for the majority, not the minority. Women are out here choosing for themselves because they have the availability to do so. They having a slut walk. Yep. I seen you say on Angela Yee's podcast.
And you go on those same female panels and stuff because they like when you pander to them, you up there trying to, I guess, reward and congratulate. And I hope, I could be wrong, that thing what they call slut walking. No woman should be walking like a slut. It's an insult to regular, respectful women that carry and conduct themselves like they got some goddamn sense. Fair use, fair use.
You told a woman that said that she was ready to slut it out because she had been abstinent for 2 years and she was ready to have 3 different guys at the same time, and you encouraged her. You said, go ahead, date them all. Date them.
Man, yo. What? What the hell I just listened to? What I just witnessed right now. You ladies are not really. You ladies are not really. No, let me take that back. You ladies know what you're doing. When you come across these male content creators and they put out this type of crap, I think about, now I think about this, it's really a testament of, how can I say this? That you're a man, but it is just not enough. It's not enough. You think you're doing what you think you're doing is in the best interest. But at the end of the day, it's not enough. They keep you on this hamster wheel, this carousel, this constant swirl, where you're not going nowhere. And to me, right, for those that don't know, they always said it's black man's fault. I'm thinking, no, it is never your fault now. You're in an environment where it gives women the free range to do what the F they want to do. Man, on, guys. Hold on. All right, let's keep going, man. Let me keep running this. Fair use, because I don't hope time.
All.
Yes, I did.
And so that absolves us. When you look at the pool of women that's available to a great man that then dedicated himself, let's say he preserved himself. Let's say he did what he was supposed to do. I'm not going to, in my right mind, tell this guy to go and marry a single baby mama. And I'm not saying that.
Hold on, say that again. No, I didn't hear you. Just say it again,
We
please.
have that conversation coming
Okay,
up. So
all right, we're going to get there.
Yeah,
But the point is that.
But this was accurate,
The
though, y'all.
point, the point is that if you're going to speak to the majority, speak to the majority of the population, not just the majority of men that you think fit under your narrative, because they don't.
The reason why I speak to men, and this has to be highly important, I need my beautiful brother to hear this and all the other men hearing this. If we claim to be leaders, I'm going to speak to the man that's claiming he's the head. I'm not going to the woman if you're saying you're the leader or you're the head of the household. I'm saying, brother, if you want to move a certain way, do this. If your woman is upset, look at yourself in the mirror and ask yourself, why? If you're the leader, we can't make excuses. I can't go to my woman and be like, oh, you're responsible for this, that, and the third. No, what's wrong with my own leadership? Am I doing something wrong? Am I misguiding something? Am I bleeding on something? Am I taking something for granted? As a man, if we're saying that we are leaders, we have to lead at all times and not just when things are good, even when things are bad.
Speak to the context of what I just said, though.
What are you talking about, brother?
About solving for the problems in the culture. It's not just one way. See, and this is what I'm saying, that when we get to a certain point, people start to expose themselves the longer that they talk, because they only have a one-track mind. They only can speak to one demographic, because that's not the minority. It's easy to pander, but it's much more difficult to solve for a problem. If I identify the problem as the majority of women are having sex with a minority of the men and getting pregnant out of wedlock, why are we not speaking to that? Why can't we solve for that? He's speaking about something of a man that's already in a position, or a man that's already, in a sense, solved for the problems that he had in his childhood. That's not entirely
That's not who I'm speaking to, brother.
Hold on. That's not entirely what we're talking about. I'm talking about getting people to the starting point.
Right.
That's almost like being in debt and telling somebody how to become a millionaire.
And we just did that.
We
men,
didn't. Because you
take
never
care
even,
of yourself before you get into a relationship. That's the beginning of everything.
The majority of your audience is women. Why are you speaking to men?
70% of my audience are men.
Lies. That is a lie, bro. The majority of the women that was in the chat before we even started this live stream was women that was saying whatever your slogan was, brother, those were women.
Because if you...
Ooh. Yo. You see, I'm wrapped up now. I just gotten what you just fucked up right here, man. You just messed up right here. How dare you tell a bold-faced lie that you have 70% of men, and you give a false message, a false rhetoric. Hell, the Bible that you state, Anton had to sit to dissect it and had to correct you on it. Your audience is woman. If I go onto your page, and I think everybody, we need to start examining some of these dudes that really come up with this message. If I go onto your page, real talk, right? And if I don't see a whole lot of men agreeing with you, asking questions, or even go as far as give you a back and forth in the chat room, the comment section of all your videos, I will have to conclude that your message is not for the men to listen. It's more for the women to feel comfortable and sit there, cheer, raw, all this stuff. Don't bull-ish, brothers, brother. Don't do it. Don't you dare do it. Never in your life do that nonsense. You have pure women on your page. The men that are watching this, or even take the time to look at your content, we can conclude that there is no men up here that is agreeing with what you're saying. They're not believing your rhetoric. Your rhetoric is old, false, is not giving any sense of any decorum. You put too much fingers on the men for little or nothing while uplifting these chicks. So I don't believe that at all. So let's keep going. All right, let's keep listening. Let's keep going. Let's go, because I want to get through halfway through this, and I'm going to do that now. So yeah, but I'd agree with Anton. Your message is more for that women are consuming your content, not men. Fair use.
Have women listen to me, and I need this to be understood. If we're speaking on women and only men agree with me, I'm the wrong leader. If I'm speaking on women and the women agree, shouldn't the men listen to that?
No. Because we don't hearken to the voice of a woman. That's the whole reason why we get in this situation from Adam and Eve.
Brother,
No. You asked the question and I answered you.
Are women?
I don't listen to women.
Brother.
I listen to God.
Brother.
I take my guidance from God. I don't listen to women.
Brother.
That's
It's
right.
straight from the top.
The man.
It's God over man, man over woman, woman over child.
Right.
I take into consideration what she says, but I don't hearken unto the voice of a woman.
Brother, like you just said, you have God, man, woman. God pours into man, man pours into woman. If I'm pouring into my woman the voice of God, God is going to speak through my woman. My woman is not beneath me. My woman is my equal. My woman is not beneath me. My woman is my equal.
What you got in that
She's
drink right
she's
there?
my other eyes, my other ears, my other brain, my other feet, my other hands. And brothers, those that want to gain wealth, love your women, put your women in position and trust them. If you're saying that's your woman.
Why you changing the subject?
No,
you
it's the same topic,
You always
brother.
trying to move
It's
the
the
goalpost.
same topic,
guys.
When you
Guys,
get
hold
trapped,
tight.
you do the same thing that Kamala
Wait,
Harris
we gotta
did. You
sound
move the
for him.
goalpost.
Hold tight. I'm gonna close this poll real
Let's
quick. We
let's
got
close out the polls real
5,200
quick.
people in the chat. Guys, I asked you the topic of discussion: should men pay 100% of the bills? 53% of the audience this is at 2,300 votes say
Wow.
yes. So it's still 50.
All
50.
praises.
And it's still 50-50 on this one. What
This
we
is
want to
nuts.
do here,
All
guys,
praises.
Anton, I said it earlier. Anton was
Rich, if you're watching, bro, if you want, I'm not sure if you're busy. I'm gonna drop the link for a few people that I know that know about this message and know about this crap. Please come up, gentlemen. Come up, gentlemen. And you know what I'm gonna do? If I do get some people coming up, I'm gonna show you is one of his social medias, and I'm gonna look at the people that comment on some of his videos. And let me see. I better see a lot of men agreeing with your message. I don't want to see very little women. And please, guys, share the stream and support the channel. You know the deal. You know the drill.
I want my money.
I told you.
Where is my money?
Betty. Bring me everyone.
I need my money. I need my money.
What do you mean everyone?
Please, guys, support the channel. Okay.
it's not gonna be a 2 hour.
All right. I get you. Listen. All right. So, as y'all know, matter of fact, let me show you his let me see how much more time on this. Let me get to the hour mark of this, and I'm going to show you his social media, and let's prove this to the test. Litmus scale.
Hour show, because that was just round one. I'm about to push us to round two, and we about an hour in right now. If you ready to get to round two, drop a round two in the chat right now if y'all want to get to it. In fact, I want to make sure I'm supporting all my brothers. We got the bag chasers in here.
Yeah,
we got
chasers.
we got the Apple of Eve product in here. In fact, let's shout out the products right here because we got two businessmen here on the platform.
I mean, who's
I
getting vulnerable? So I want to shout out to Yada's Apple of Eve. It's an intercellular cleanse.
Yes.
And I was blown away by some of the work on here because you said, first off, you got over 1,000 5-star reviews, which is excellent. Shout out to you because you reviews, which is excellent.
By the way, I pulled these questions from the culture. Anton, we got a post on the culture just like you. You was talking about it. This is a conversation that I hear all the time, especially from my brothers. The brothers, they want a woman to cooperate. The brothers, they want a woman who's submissive. A lot of brothers are complaining, saying that things have changed with the level of submissiveness from women. So the question is, have women become less submissive? Anton, we started with Yada last.
Wait, before we go into, and I gotta do this, I have to do this, because Yada said it's not true. I'm gonna go in his social media. And I'm gonna let y'all look. Yeah, and I'm gonna tell you the people that is watching this. Okay, let me see which one's good. All right, so this one I'm gonna do. I'm only gonna go through a few. So bear with me, guys. And you can find him on social media. We're gonna take a look at some of his reels and posts. Let me see if you guys can see it. Y'all guys can see it? Okay, good. We're gonna look at some of the reels and posts on this. All right. Let's begin. Let's look at this one right here. Now, don't mind the reel. Look at the comment section. A woman. A woman. A woman. One man. A woman. That's a man. Another woman. Another woman. Another woman. A woman. A woman. A woman. A woman. And this one has a woman. Next reel. Let's look at this one. A woman. A woman. I believe that's a woman. One man. A woman. A woman. A man. A woman. A woman. A man. That's a woman. That's a man. A woman. I believe that's a man. All right, let's go to another one. The paycheck one. Oh, here's the one. Look who we have here. A woman. God damn it, it's a woman. Another woman. Another. Wait, hold on. I think that's a man. A man. A woman. A man. A woman. A woman. I don't know what this is. That's some weirdo person. A man. A man. A woman. Woman. All right. What's next? Let's look at this one. We're only going on the reels because, you know, you can see the picture in front of it. And what is a sermon? What do you see here? A man. A woman. That look like a man and woman. I don't know what that is. A woman. A woman. A woman. A woman. We don't know what that is. We can't decipher that. This is a woman. A woman. I feel that's a man. A woman. I believe this is a Yes, woman. And a woman. All right. That's that one. And one more. We're going to look at one more. A man. A man. I think that's a woman. 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 I enough. I proved my point. And that's just only a sample of the few reels. That you, BJ?
That is me. Why is this guy important?
Oh, why is it important? No, I'm going through the debate. Okay. I watched the first time, and I know Uncle D covered him a month ago, and I noticed that Anton and him going back and forth on a lot of subjects. Now, mind you, I only watched it for the first time. I didn't watch all of it, but I watched a good portion, like more than I think halfway into it.
Okay.
So now I'm just looking at and covering and seeing, overall.
Okay.
I not only give my take, but personally, at what Anton and him, especially Anton, he actually has a more stronger point, and he's trying to fight back, say that he does not. He has males that follow him, but when I look at his social media, as you can see right there, there are more women than men. So there's no way in hell you have 7% men watching, flocking to your message.
No, I don't think so. I'm not talking the way he talks. No.
But I see the game he's playing, because you need an audience to promote your products, and he has some good products for a fair affordable price. At the end of the day, he is like any other content creator. You know what I'm saying? He made a market for himself, and a lot of women on social media that I've come across. I'm not sure about you, Beatus, because you have social media as well, so you might see his reels time depending on social media, and you see women, and I think we'll say, what is so gravitating on a man? I never watched his content until he debated Anton. Now I'm knowing a little bit more about this.
Anytime you talk down to black men in the black community, you're gonna get an audience, and that's what he does. So same thing is what's her name, Princella, and all these the other kind of people that are like her and like him. Okay, it's the same stuff. Okay, what is he saying any differently that we haven't heard in the last 15 years?
Yeah.
Man up, get your money up. She's not in control. If you manned up and do what you're supposed to do, then she would comply.
Correct. Yeah.
Same
Message
stuff.
doesn't get old. It never gets old.
Well, not to women, no.
No. Yeah. So yeah. I remember one lady that I'm friends with. She was like sharing his reels, and I told her personally to say, that man's pandering. He's not really saying nothing that you might not either heard of or known of, and she's in her 30s. But
okay, so why did she listen to him?
I guess she listened to him. If I ask her like again, I think she listen, because the one thing that she kept her attention is the man supposed to 100% pay all the bills.
Okay,
that's what catches her attention.
Yeah, 100% pay all the bills. Yeah, it's supposed to be the 100% provider, which is attractive to most black women.
Yes.
Yeah.
They sit down and don't do shit, but let him just give you his check. It's the point where the point I didn't know he created a reel about, say, give your woman your whole check. These are old talking points, BJS.
Okay, yeah, well, it used to be give your woman your whole check. Those old talking points is because the woman was trained to take, because a man's working 13 hours a day. He ain't got time to be at home taking care of the house, right? So if you go back to fences, right? Okay, most of those guys couldn't read.
Yeah.
And women were taught to read. And this is something that was directly out of slavery, right? They taught the women to read and write and taught the men to work. Okay? And so most of those guys, like Troy in fences, Troy didn't know how to read. So to take care of the bills, the only person to take care of the bills in the household was her. So that's how he brought his check home to mama. Okay? But mama's supposed to be a good steward for his money in the household, okay, which is what she was taught. These young women are not good stewards anymore.
Nope.
So the contract that you had in, from outside from from emancipation all the way up to I said the 1950s don't exist anymore.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So women are willing to go back to what they were before?
Mm.
If they're not, then that contract doesn't exist anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Where and that was only in the well, really, white men did it too. Okay, that where the wife came and picked up her husband's paycheck. It's
Mm-hmm.
because she had to go and be accountable for distributing the money and taking care of the house because he didn't have time. That was the reason for it.
Mm-hmm. Be just even back in the time, your mother's age, and probably my mother to the point that women back then at a certain point where they were good with money back then, or is it consumeration? I would say consumerism took an extra.
They had to be good with money because they were responsible for paying the bills, and if they were bad with money, guess what's going to happen to the household?
You
Because
lose the house.
the man wasn't making as much money as wasn't making that much money, so she had to be responsible for the household. And if she messed up and the household went under or the bills were behind, it was her fault because she's in charge of handling the money, handling the bills. Because
Yeah.
when I was coming up, especially in black families, the men were not taught how to pay bills. It was the women that were taught how to pay bills because that was supposed to be their job in marriage.
Yeah.
Because I remember my ex, right? Her mother had her start filling out checks and paying bills when she was 12 years old.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Makes sense. Makes sense.
Yeah. So that's the old contract. Does that contract still exist?
hmm Right now, this contract don't really exist at all because nowadays women that are able to work now, if they get a paycheck from the man, it's not going to go to anything sustainable. It's going to go
Well,
to themselves and go to worthless stuff.
I mean, are the women nowadays? Trained the same way that the women were back then.
No,
Yeah,
a
well,
lot,
that's the
lot,
problem.
lot of women drop the ball.
Well, they're not trained to be wives, because I got two daughters, okay, and I know they're not trained to be wives.
hmm Yeah, yeah, and you see the struggles they go through. Your own daughters. That's
Yeah,
pretty much my
yeah,
age. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah.
So
I wouldn't trust yeah, either one of my daughters with my check. So
yeah, and they probably listen back and they say, "Wait, what do you mean you don't trust your own dog? You won't give your
yeah,
dog
no,
money?
not with the whole check. No.
They're gonna say you owe nigga, so you gonna deprive your own seed." I said,
So
"Well,
I know them, and you don't. Yeah.
yeah."
Well, the thing is, if you feel that way, why don't you find a woman and give her your whole check?
Yeah, most people say I pass.
In fact, I got two daughters. They're unmarried. They got two of them. You want to take one, and then give them your whole check?
Yeah, and tell them say your daughters are very attractive too. So you
Yeah.
probably will give you a check. You know what I'm saying? It's much better than OnlyFans. Trust me, gentlemen. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And listen, most men nowadays they said they'll go spend a little $5 a month of the subscription. So you're gonna give the money regardless. You know what I'm saying so.
Well, that's a whole different story, and I think the reason is because dating is not fun. So why would you spend money on something that you don't enjoy?
Mm-hmm.
And women are not, and women are insufferable now. So why would you spend money on, especially sit there and watch a chick either argue with you or play with her phone? What's the
Oh
point?
yeah.
Yeah,
What is the point?
what's the
What I'm
point? So
saying? Yeah. I'm surprised none of the gentlemen asked you to cover this because I'm thinking when you did what you did today, and I'll go back watch what you did.
uh-huh.
I would say this. Why be just would invest time go for this debate between Mr. Yada and we all know Anton brings his hit, but Yada, nah, man, this is
I've seen his stuff before, and I've seen other content creators try the same thing. If he makes money from it, God bless him, because because he's pandering. He knows he's pandering,
mm-hmm. Oh yeah, I know.
and the stuff that he's saying is not original.
Mm-hmm. Right.
And you're not dealing with the problem. So the problem is that these men need to get themselves together, yada yada yada, before they start dating, yada yada yada, in a bad economy. Are you really kidding?
Yeah, man.
Are you really kidding? Is that it? well then, like I said, then most of the women will be dating the top 20% of men, if that. And
Yeah,
hell, it really now it's down to the top 10 because people in the top 20 are not making enough to take care of women. So,
you know, there's a special scene that explains better. And I tell
mhm.
niggas many times, watch.
Get your hand out of my pocket! What you doing in my pocket, nigga?
Get
Oh
your
yeah,
hand out my pocket,
yeah.
nigga. Tell that get your hand off my pocket.
So I said, I don't know what these people are preaching. Well, that's like if I don't listen to them because okay, you're selling, and you're pandering, and I don't do that. I mean, if I really want to do that, I could do that, but I don't pander. And
And trust me, your background, you will make a killing, bro. You know, your
yeah,
back, you understand
yeah,
women and their psychology like a thumbnail.
yeah,
Hell, they forgot you had a woman's channel, be just for women.
yeah, I did. Yeah, which Kevin cloned, but Kevin did it better than I did. So,
Yeah. Well, Kevin is like on camera, so it's a different
hmm
feel, you know what I'm saying? A lot of
yeah,
people we listen to people talk and we hear the interaction, but we don't get the real feel when we see the
hmm
person's reactions, physical,
yeah,
emotions into it when a man speaks to you in front of that camera
hmm
and you see their body language.
yeah. Because Kevin was a lot kinder than I would have been. So,
Yeah, you ain't gonna put up with that shit. Yeah.
no, I asked them questions they don't want to answer. So,
Yeah. And you know how it is when women don't answer questions, it really speaks for itself. You know, one other thing to fast forward. I remember Corey Holcomb, and I might cover this.
hmm
Cam had him on the hot seat, and
yeah,
Corey asked him about this woman called Cheyenne Bryant. And
Shine Bryant, yeah,
and he
yeah,
said first, kind of show how well you know her in the back because where your circles are, beaches, because
hmm
they're in California.
yeah,
He said, listen, this woman, you didn't ask the actual question. I understand why Cam to do it because he wants to please a certain audience.
hmm
But Corey would tell a person, listen, you have a stripper that was on here questioning you and telling you about your intellect. And everybody, and he said he told him personally, because you had her on, and I'm not sure her popularity back then before she was on Cam's channel, that every person, especially women, shared that whole clip
hmm
and it may go viral. Where
okay,
you see her in certain areas now that you
yeah,
never seen before. And it makes you question, is this really a doctor? Because they get at black men about their credentials.
yeah.
But when it's black women, all they say they have a doctor. And when people really look really deep, they don't see nothing of where she gone to get doctorate. And I question it. But now when Corey came in and started opening his mouth, now I gotta really take his word seriously now.
Um,
Yeah.
you know what? I think she got her degree online somewhere, and that's where she got her doctorate. I don't think it was actually in the classroom.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah,
Right.
that thing. And when I read her CV, that's where I think she got her doctorate. It was online. So shout out to her. But
Yeah.
um, uh, I mean, when I first heard her, I said, "Oh, you a ghetto princess. That's all you are." And then when she went into a background about her father um, and she raised by her grandparents, and her father was in the life, and when his father picked her up and they went home, he had to leave her in the car and take out his pistol and go check the house before they could actually go in the house. So that tells you the kind of life that he led. So.
Yeah.
And his mother was her mother was actually strung out, so that tells you that the background that she came from. But evidently mom was pretty, and she came out pretty, so she was like what we call a ghetto princess.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah, she looks just like a mom. Look like
yeah,
her.
she got picked up by people that did nefarious things, and then rappers and stuff like that. So she's a legit 100 octane, but she didn't seal the deal. So I can tell by how she talks. Okay, you try to use big words, but I see how you put your sentences together. Okay, you are you are a climber from the ghetto. So it is, shout out to them. Shout out to her for the hustle. So,
Yeah.
but taking her seriously now,
Nah, I wouldn't take her seriously either.
no.
Man. Person, and even that show she put out in front of Cam, talking about and reifying words, some word salad, and then everybody said this is much better than high value. Now you say you're low vibrating and
No
this and that.
vibrational, yeah, all that kind
all
of
that
crap.
dumb shit. That's
Yeah.
that hung ramen them type of stupid shit. That's that bitch babble a lot of chicks.
It is babble. It's psychobabble used by I mean, I've heard this stuff forever. So this low vibrational and all that kind of crap. That shit comes back from the 80s and 90s, and she just repackaged it. The thing is, she doesn't explain where vibration comes from and all that other kind of crap. But I probably could, but she couldn't because she has no clue about what it is. She's just repeating talking points.
Well, most women nowadays they don't read any stimulating books. They read more of nonsense, like those little like drama books and all stuff. So
Uh-huh.
when it's time to take up a book and learn something. I don't see it in a lot of modern women, personally, in my opinion. And I'm not saying I'm the well-read man as speaking.
Or they're with modern people, period.
Yeah.
And that those kind of books, maybe 2 or 3% of people actually read this kind of stuff. So, so the thing is, and most people, when it sounds woo woo when they hear it, the thing is, like I said, I've read this kind of stuff most of my life. So what she's talking about is nothing to me. In fact, she's not even using it right. So, but
No.
it sounds good, and it brings clicks and views.
Mm-hmm.
That's probably why you had her on.
Yeah. And no, mind you, she also dressed real sexy for the dudes to stick their eyes on it. You know what I'm saying? But one thing
Yeah.
people forgot with her is
Mhm.
when Cam asked a real serious question, what age range is your limits? When a woman hit the wall, said
Mhm.
20 to potentially maybe late 40s and maybe a 50, if I can remember. And let's know that's where she's at. She's out here.
She's pretty enough to pull a young guy, but the thing is, and she's got enough money where she doesn't need his money. So
Yeah. Unlike
So-
Trina, I think Trina's married to some young dude. I don't know. I got to double check.
yeah, because she pays for him. So yeah. So,
Thomas said, I don't got no prenup. Anytime the money comes, he reports to me with the money. I said,
Okay.
baby, that's good so far, but I'm telling you right now, when a dude is tired, he will go left and you can't do shit.
well, if she got the thing is about people like Trina and people like that, and this is something I tell. That's why I did the octanes, right? Okay.
Mhm.
What's the most valuable thing about 100 octane chick? What do you think it is?
I can't give you an answer. You had to tell me.
Yeah, just give me a guess. One guess. You don't have to be right.
What is important to high octane? I would say either status or just to get the back blown out. It's one or the other.
Nope. It's called her Rolodex.
Oh, ooh, a lineup.
Her Rolodex, right? So in other words, say you trying to get your YouTube channel popping, right? And you dating Trina or you friend zone with Trina, and you want to have a guest, right? That's a name brand, right? Okay. Now, if you try to get that particular person, you got about 50 people you got to go through, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Even even have a conversation with him. You probably won't get it, right?
No.
But if you're friends or you're dating Trina, guess what Trina can do for you?
She could. Yeah. She. Oh yeah.
Now she pick up her phone and said, "Hey, you know, my friend Chaos wants to talk to you for a minute. He wants an interview. Can you do it for me?" And guess what you're gonna get? Probably
Get
on
that.
the strength. You're gonna get that interview, right? You're gonna get that name, or you might get one or two. You might get 10 names, right? Okay. What will that do for your channel and your status?
It would make my channel grow substantially. Give me some real eyeballs.
Get some real eyeballs, right? Okay.
Yeah.
That's what 100 octane will do for you. And I always tell one guy, I said, if you're gonna get friend zoned by any kind of woman, right? The best woman to get friend zoned is a 100 octane woman because she's connected to money, power, and fame.
Yeah.
So
oh,
Trina might be able to. Trina might have Elon Musk in her Rolodex. You don't know.
Who knows? And trust me, she in Florida, so she well connected. You know what I'm saying? Well connected.
And Trina's connected to who? She's connected to Sierra. Who's connected to who?
Connected to Russell.
Russell Wilson. Russell Wilson
Yep.
connected to the NFL. Interesting.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Most definitely.
So that's why a guy that's not well known and a guy that could be young would invest or partner with a Trina. She can do something for him, which is why you get acquire woman in the first place, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Of course. Yeah.
Mhm.
But a lot of dudes thinking like it, but like I said on BJS, you're giving the certain actual pimp game. You know what I'm saying? Use women where they're supposed to be used. You get me? A lot of dudes they get to romanticize.
Yeah, which a lot of my dating coach friends says they don't like because I'm giving the shit away for free.
Well, you're writing a book about the octanes. I'm hoping that maybe next year,
Probably.
Some will be finished because like if I was compiling a book, I want it Not saying I would tell people right now, but if I do, it's be for some other purpose. So,
Yeah.
but like I said, if you're writing and it's still in the
Mm-hmm.
process, I'm hoping that it will finish very soon.
Yeah. You just got to finish it. That's why, because if I haven't dated all the classes, because 100 octanes are too cost too much and they're way too much trouble. But all the rest of them I dated, and basically some of my associates have been relatives of 100 octane chicks that travel in those circles. So I know what they
Mhm.
talk about. I know the kind of conversation that they have. But um, in fact, I could have dated a 100 octane chick, but I didn't. I'm too old.
Like I said, life has been good to me. Just so at times, there's some things
Yeah.
you can't live with regret. At times we had to really think, say, should I or should I not? That's too much complaint.
I haven't been rich, but I have been comfortable. So can't say I haven't been comfortable. So
Yeah. Well, you build your knowledge up throughout the years for a man that either finished college or not. And like I tell people many times, if you're gonna go beyond the high school level and then tackle the college route, go ahead, but always your mind should be expanded outside the classroom. And that's one thing that's lost to us. When you hear a lot of people that got these degrees, be just
hmm
even the ones
hmm
that have things opposed against you about the politics and stuff. And they forgot to say, you read this on a daily basis.
I do.
And trust me, to them, when you hear them talk, and I'm personally telling you this right now,
hmm
there's too much feelings to a lot of men that either have issues with black men on this sector of YouTube to the other
hmm
thing. You know what I'm talking about? When they up here posing about either information or misinformation. You know. And I'm
Yeah.
thinking, well, what is the misinformation? Because what you have said either happened already or was already projected to happen. At the end of the day, the information is right there. But if you're so much in love with the person, you're
hmm
missing a lot of information. See me, when I hear about politics about the
hmm
two wings, I
hmm
always have an open mind saying, I can't feel comfortable of who is in charge or who's running things. All I know is that there's someone bigger ahead that's pulling strings that most men are not really understanding. You get me?
They don't understand the layers and structures of how this goes from all the way to the bottom, all the way to the top, and not just here locally, but also
Beyond the
globally.
pyramid scheme.
Globally, yeah. Well, that's all a pyramid scheme, but
Yeah.
the thing is, the closer you get to the top, you're dealing with people that are outside this country. So.
Yeah.
I've been studying like my teacher Hewlett, who I started studying under in like '96 or something like that. Right? Basically, he also said he said he studies power, so I've been taught to study power in the power structure. So that's like a lot of stuff that I come across and I talk about. Right? People don't
Yeah.
understand it initially, but after about a year or so, they said, "Wait a minute." The shit that he just talked about just happened. Why? How did he know it was going to happen? And I did. The thing is, you could see it. See, I knew
Mhm.
what was going to happen because I knew what was behind the scenes. I knew. I talk about the stuff they don't want to talk about until it happens, and 2 years later when they actually review it. Okay, I'm talking about it in real time because I know the patterns. When you know the
Mhm.
patterns, you can say, okay, this is what they're getting ready to do. Okay, and this is
Mhm.
what's getting ready to happen, and this is why they're doing it. See, and some of the stuff I can't say in public. Even now, there's stuff I can't say in public because
Mhm. Okay.
somebody like Dr. Marifa gave me a clue about the upcoming BRICS and stuff like that, and then
Mhm.
he just said a couple things, right? And
Mhm.
then a week later, I find out the stuff that's going on behind the scenes with Congress and other entities in the Middle East. Okay, so okay, that's why he told me that. But
Mhm.
things he didn't have to outright tell me when the thing popped up. I remember the conversation, so now I already have the key. So I
Mhm.
already understand it before it even comes up. And that's what I try to do with you guys. I try to tell you, um, I try to give you the understanding before the situation actually happens. So when you see it,
Mhm.
maybe you don't completely understand, but you recognize it. Whereas before you wouldn't even recognize it. It would just go blow past you, and it'd be like 3 or 4 years, and you ask what happened, and then you got to go back and piece it together and look. So the thing is, you can actually notice it in real time. And that's
Mhm.
the whole thing about me giving you a heads up, like just like with the election, right? I'm giving you heads up, okay, about why they're doing some certain things, right? Why they're trying to do certain things. So when the stuff comes up and something happens, you have an understanding about what they're trying to do because you already
Yeah.
have the game plan. Yeah.
Of course. Of course. And A lot of men, right, they pay for it or not, should appreciate, because think about it. Politics is dirty. And when I hear people in the chat room or them try and tell us what they know or they get the pushback,
Mm-hmm.
I understand, but it better if you're a man that's listening to this content, just sit back. If you just ask a question, you don't have to really know all the answers. You know what I'm saying? You have
Mm-hmm.
someone here that is old enough that will guide you. He's not gonna
Mm.
tell you all the answers, but he's gonna guide you and give you a simple way of how to search. See, one thing as any teacher, it better if I rather learn on how to fix this puzzle or
Mm.
what puzzle is missing to create the whole. You get
Mm-hmm.
me? That will go much further because sitting here, always guessing what if. I just need a direction to say what I'm missing. Can you put me here and that I could start searching and then maybe
Mm-hmm.
I could it might click. It
Mm-hmm.
might click, and
Yeah.
9 times it will click to for some. It will not click for the rest of them. But at the
Yeah.
end of the day, you just need like a extra guy, a point.
Yeah,
Point me the
like this guy, he's
right.
preaching to women because it's not going to do any
I
good
want
for
to start
guys.
with you this time. Have women
Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
Because this guy is not gonna, because this guy right here is not understanding why men aren't doing it. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
and men aren't doing it because they don't see value in it. So you're telling guys to do something. Uh, get yourself ready to get a woman, and the young guys are asking, why do I need her? You haven't
Mm-hmm.
explained that because you haven't explained what the value, what value the woman actually brings you for all this money and all this reserve that you're throwing at her. Even he can't explain it. Why are you giving your woman all this kind of stuff?
Yeah.
Why are you doing all this, paying 100% of the bills, giving her all this kind of crap? What are you doing this for? Is this a flex? You trying to show off? What does she do? What does she give you of value in return?
And a lot of men that push that message never give you the answer, and they can't give you the answer because by the time now it's giving the chick or what they call this orders that you must serve this man. You
Yeah, yeah.
must do
You
something.
see, sir, like Russell Wilson. I say you take Sierra and Russell Wilson, okay? It's obvious what she does for Russell Wilson. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
it's not that he's throwing money at her, he's taking care of her. No, she's bringing value back to him. Okay,
Exactly.
same thing with Beyonce and Jay-Z, right? It
Mm-hmm.
ain't a one-way thing. Yeah, he's putting her in position. He's giving her, taking care of her. Well, he really doesn't have to. But the thing is, she's bringing value back to him, and that's the thing that they don't talk about. Okay, it's
Mm-hmm.
always a one-way thing. That's how you know they're talking to women because a lot of women want to get and not bring value back. That's why I showed the earlier today about the black chicks talking about getting money from guys or different from guys, and the white chick. Now that white chick knew that she had to bring value to that guy for that guy to pay her phone bill. Okay,
Exactly.
straight up. Okay, straight up. She didn't squawk. No, she didn't squawk about it. She didn't have an attitude about it. She knew that I need this and I have to give something back in return to him. Okay, whereas black women try to say that kind of stuff. Okay, try to preach that kind of stuff. The thing is, that's why they fail.
Mm.
Just because you put on makeup and get on TikTok and you look good in your glow light, okay, um, that's fine. But the thing is, how far will they get you?
Mm-hmm. 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 Yeah, it won't get you far at all, man.
Not gonna get you far at all. That's why they preach it, but it doesn't work.
Yeah, and it shouldn't work. You know what I'm saying? That's why when I looked at his comment section and to see if this disprove your point
Hmm.
of you say you have this amount of men that flock to your channel and it's not, and he knows that. You see one thing with this brother that
Hmm.
y'all see on the screen, doing this debate, it's not gonna help him, but it could hurt him if not careful. You get me?
Yeah.
Because now you're in a different breed of audience, a crowd
Hmm.
that's not gonna take your side. Most of them are gonna take most of the men's side if you're not careful, and you have to show and prove why your message is working or why we should listen to your message.
Yeah. That's why Anton pretty much, and Anton is no flaming red pill dude by any measure. Okay.
Oh, absolutely not. No,
Not really.
no.
He believes in basically taking care of his woman, taking care of the bills, the man being the best version of himself, all that all the stuff that he preaches. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And basically, and this guy's way on the other side. Anton just cut him a new one.
Mm-hmm. And that's what y'all witnessing right now. Cut a real new one,
Yeah, that's why he
So
has no answers because he's been talking to women and guys that don't know anything. So now you coming up against a guy that does know something, that does know his worth, and you're getting cut up.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And it's not like a regular dude that's single. He is a married man, still married, and has money just like yeah. You
Yeah.
get me? So
Yeah.
obviously,
I don't even know how Yada makes his money, but at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. Okay.
yeah. Well, he sells mostly detox. He's more of a biochemist by profession. So
Okay.
so he deals with herbs, healing the body.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Okay. That's what he does. So he's a hotep, basically.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
Yeah.
And,
Okay.
and I we could say Israelite Hotep because when you tell me Yah awaken, you can see like wardrobe
okay.
and a bead holding. This is more
Okay.
like that is. Well, I think it might be Israelite, but who knows? It's like
Okay. Okay. Yeah. What the Israelites are considered hoteps too. So.
yeah, in some ways. So
No, a lot of ways.
yeah, I mean, oh, yeah, sorry, yeah, a lot of ways. It works for him. So he make his money and he's doing good. So like I said, women, you're gonna keep listening to his message,
Mhm.
And at the end of the day, you might not get the results, sweetie. Kevin been warning y'all for the last couple of years about this, and now anybody that comes after him and try to counteract will not work out in the president.
I think Anton's trying to find his groove in the same vein that Kevin did.
Mm-hmm.
So I think Anton, Anton doesn't have the presentation, but thing is, Anton's trying to build the same kind of high value cluster of men and trying to work almost the same arena that Kevin did. So.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, so how much more time into this video? I got 10 more minutes of this. Unless you want to watch last.
It doesn't
10
matter.
minutes.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah, I'm gonna go 10 minutes and with this because I want to go halfway through this. I might do a follow up. All right, let's keep going. Furious, guys.
I'm gonna become less submissive, Anton.
Yeah, absolutely. 100% they become less submissive. And I like to answer questions directly, and then I want to add the content.
And if you want to add anything, you could have me pause it.
No. Basically, he does. I'd like that too. Answer the question first and then add to it. A lot of people want to give you the whole wind up, okay, and then when the answer comes, when you didn't answer the question, and sometimes they even forget the answer to the question before they actually deliver it, which is something I don't like. But go ahead.
Yeah. All right, let's go.
Reason why they become less submissive because they become less reliant on men for provision and protection, right? Mm-hmm. Some of that is society and that we've civilized the world so much to where we're no longer hunters and gatherers, right? We now have the technology to where people can live on their own and they can survive on their own because everything is automated, technology, so on and so forth, right? But the other part of it is that people have the ability to choose for themselves, right? Historically, women just became able to vote within the last 50 to 60 years, right? They just been able to get some of the jobs that they had within the last 50 to 60 years. The problem with that, though, is that historically, and you see it within our culture and our community, is that when people have the option to choose for themselves, often at times they choose wrong, right? So I'll give you an example. Men used to give their daughters over to husbands as virgins.
Mm-hmm.
You don't see that anymore. Often at times, most times, women had never known another man. But now they have the ability to do what they want with their body. Now, the other side of that, though, is there are some men that have absolutely ruined some women. And then you've seen women have to fend for themselves and have to pick up the pieces for themselves and have to find themselves in that because they didn't have the fathers or they didn't have the protection or they had an uncle that touched on them when they was younger. And those are some of the subjects that we don't broach as far as the core reasons as to why people are broken before they even reach adulthood. So before.
Well, I think black people know this answer. All right, and usually we could go back the cause, but we know the answer why that is. You get me? Once you start break the society and women don't really need men, there is a consequence of that.
Well, the reason you have marriage in the first place is because of the contract to raise children and to survive. So once the environment changes, guess what's going to happen to people in the contract? So now you need a new contract.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly.
But Anton will learn that in another year or so. Okay, he's parroting the stuff that we've already done, and he's actually explaining stuff that he understands. So he hasn't gotten to the point where we are yet. He'll get there.
He'll get there. All right, let's keep going.
You even have the ability to choose for yourself, you already broken. You see what I'm saying? Or you have the child support system, or you have society that has leveraged the child support system in order to endear you to a specific party. And so they've incentivized you to depend on the federal government instead of leaning on your parents. Or we've promoted in the culture for you to leave the house at 18, right? That's not conducive for your lifestyle. That's never going to work for you. It's never going to be ideal for you to be out there as a woman at 18 and 19 years old by yourself. So is there some responsibility on the fathers and the parents and the culture itself for influencing and then ultimately pushing the women out there and men out there? Men are supposed to kind of be pushed out there, but they're supposed to fail in controlled environments. Is there some responsibility? Absolutely. But to answer your question again, to bring it back, are women less submissive? Absolutely, but that's the context behind it.
There you have
So
it.
it's not their fault entirely. It's not entirely their fault. You can never hang something, especially on a person that was raised to be a certain way. You can never 100% put something on somebody like that. That's not entirely their fault.
And Yada, what do you think about what Anton is saying?
I mean, he articulated very beautiful. Like he articulated very beautiful.
You didn't understand it.
Well, I would say, to me, and from what I see is, when a man is able to properly lead, properly provide, help this woman reach her best version, heal from past trauma and pain, she becomes submissive. I don't care what her background is. I don't care if her mommy was there, her daddy wasn't there. I don't care what's going on. When a woman steps into the presence of a man that walks with God's attributes, leading, guiding, protecting, this woman is going to naturally become submissive because in her nature to be submissive.
Bullshit.
But she's been put through this man, father not being there, mother not showing her how to be a woman. So when a woman is guided and loved and protected, and I need these words to be heard, when she feels stable, safe, and secure, she's going to dwell in her femininity, and this is where the submissiveness comes from. If a man has to demand a woman to be submissive, he must look in the mirror at himself. Are you able to lead her properly? Are you able to guide her properly? Are you verbally, mentally, physically abusive? Are you able to make love to her mind? Or are you just able to make love to her body? When a man stands on truth and his foundation is God, the woman becomes submissive. I believe, in my opinion, that women stop being submissive because men forgot how to properly lead. Not just lead, but properly lead on each and every level. And I don't care if it's, the brother mentioned welfare or anything external. If it's inside the house and family is business, we have to look at the man running the business. How does she feel? Does she feel heard? Does she feel accepted? Does she feel stable and loved and secure? And the answer is yes, you'll see it by the fruit she bear. But if the answer is no, you're going to see it by the fruit she bears. So all a man has to do is step into the characteristics of God. And this is when you'll see the greatest version of your woman, because you became the greatest version of yourself, and your woman is a reflection of you. I'm talking about your woman, not some random woman you met off the street.
So
before we continue, guys, when you watch this, make sure you hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. One thing he said earlier, BJ is kind of sure if you watched it for the first time.
Yeah.
When he talks about the abuse, the first thing he came up was about the boy that goes into manhood that he was verbally and abused to by his father. He never mentioned him one time. Anton had to stop him, and we had to hash that question. Why you said this abuse always come from the father? Well, last time I checked, most of these boys not being raised.
Yeah, by the father, yes.
So right there, that's where you know you effed up right there. To this, what he's saying right now about the leading and all this, right? Even to the feminine and the submission, like you talk about this. No, you're going submissive, or you don't get no outcome. You know what?
Where do women learn to be submissive?
Go ahead.
From their mothers.
Yeah, their mothers. Yeah.
So they should come to you submissive, okay? If they don't come to you submissive, I don't care how good you think you are or how strong you think you are, she ain't gonna be submissive, okay? She always gonna push back. That's how come marriages, okay? black marriages end after about 5 years. Okay, and the amount of money the guy makes, and I've talked to a lot of guys that make a lot of money, than alpha males and all this kind of crap, man. Then women are not submissive. Okay, that's bullshit. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it is bullshit. Yeah.
And you look, hell, if that was the case, Will Smith would be happily married and his woman wouldn't say shit, okay? Amongst
Exactly.
other people, okay? Amongst
Exactly.
other people.
Yeah, exactly. They should, but that's what. So what he said right there, and it's funny.
Who's more submissive, a Latina that just crossed the border with a poor ass husband, or a chick that's married to a rich dude, black chick married to a rich dude? Who's more submissive?
Obviously, Latina.
At the Latina, right? It's because she got a whole bunch of money, because this dude is kicking ass and making a whole bunch of money? No.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Me and Sergeant Willie Pete had that same argument for about a couple of years, right? Until Passport Bros came up, and I asked him, okay? I said, check out the poor ass. I have seen more submission out of a Latina woman, okay, or even an African woman living in a tin shack with her man struggling, than I have seen with women that are living in mansions in America.
Mm-hmm. But I think with him, because I heard he's a doctor by profession. I'm not sure what type of doctor he does, because that's another story.
Mm-hmm.
That you only will say something like that because you probably
he's lying.
And there you thank you very much.
Because he's lying, because we see it amongst these chicks that are pushing for Kamala Harris. Do they sound submissive? Nope. Okay. There's Ebony K. Williams, who was actually dating a millionaire, multi-millionaire. Does she sound submissive?
Absolutely not.
Okay. Chicks like Cheyenne Bryant, who date ballers, does she sound submissive?
Absolutely.
Okay.
And who else? We can go down the list.
We can go down the list. Okay.
And that's bad. We can go down the list. We can't name one black chick,
mm-hmm.
or even profession, celebrity stuff that is really submissive. That is frightening. It's
frightening. So him spouting that stuff, because those what he's talking about now is female talking points. Right. If you're the alpha male, if you were this perfect person, then that woman will submit to you, okay? Because you will have to heal all her past trauma. It is not, and all psychologists, okay, tell you it is not up to you. It's not up to you to heal her, okay? You can't fix her, okay?
Mm-hmm.
She's got to fix herself. You can't fix her.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's right.
There's a whole bunch of chicks that are, high octane chicks and non-submissive. What's her name? Brittany Renner, right? Yeah. Who was she dating? P.J. Washington. P.J. Washington was bringing in what, $20 million a year, right? He was giving her. Had to put her in a mansion. He was giving her $50,000 a month.
Yeah, like Yada said, he said if you make that much money, you should give your wife, and she should have an allowance roughly every month. She should have allowance over $20K, some nonsense.
If you can afford it, and that is the contract that you write up with your drop with your woman. Okay, giving your woman a $20K allowance is bullshit. Basically, that money should be like white folks. Okay, should be reinvested back into the household or back into the business so that you can be comfortable. Right?
Exactly.
Why does she need $20K? Okay, to blow off money.
That is some. You want to know the real answer? I'll give you an answer. That's that Atlanta housewife bullshit. That's that thing you watch on TV where you see these bars giving women thousands and $1,000 money, and sometimes their wives.
Why do you need to marry her? If you just want that, just trick. Okay, I mean, you can get that same chick for a quarter of that with $5,000 a month. You get the same chick, and now you have to marry her. Okay, without the headache.
Yeah, and probably less now if you think about it.
Well, it depends. It depends on the quality of the chick, because looks don't always mean quality.
Yeah. Wait, let me run this. And y'all guys know what times. I know y'all watching from above. Y'all know what to do.
I want my money.
I told you.
Where is my money?
Betty, bring me everyone.
I need my money. I need my money.
You mean everyone?
Everyone!
Support the channel, guys.
So just to be clear,
support the channel.
No, I was going to say hit the like button, support the channel, BGS Tax. If I'm here, BGS Tax is in effect. $1 holler or better.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, watching right now from the clouds. All right, let's go.
And Cash App if you don't want to be recognized. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. All right.
Go ahead.
Does every woman have the ability to be submissive so every woman has this ability based upon how the man shows up?
I want to go to scriptures because I'm sitting in front of this beautiful brother.
and then he's getting ready to spot that bullshit. He getting ready to gut you, and you know he getting ready to gut you. That's
Bro,
how come you say that.
Listen. This is where you know you met your match. Well, you don't see. Let me say something. Make ourselves bigger. I gotta do this. You know when you met your match, when you try to run that same game, but you met someone that is much more intelligent and know your game and say, "I got you." Don't run that with me, sir. Don't try it with me. That's why the first thing he's gonna come out and say, "Let me use the scripture to get these niggas home." Oh, I can't do it. This nigga reads the scripture. Fuck it. I can't. It won't work. It won't work. That's why this right here was golden, Beatrice. I understand, and you know that's what I like about you, sir. That you asked the question. I hope I answered the question while I'm playing this. But at least you know what I'm saying. There are some person that's gonna be better, and that's gonna meet your match. So you up here think that you're gonna come on here, you know, with your talking points, your so-called knowledge or understanding of what we call scripture. And when Anton asks what book we're gonna go reference, we're gonna use the King James version of the Bible. And it's okay. And as he's sitting there reciting, Anton said, "Hold right there, stop right there, sir. You don't understand the words, the definition of words, the etymology, what this means." And that's when he had to sit there, dissect them right there. And I know I'm talking true because y'all seen it firsthand. You get me? Especially talk about the Garden of Eden and all that stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Oh boy, oh gosh. Dumbass. That's all I said, dumbass. Right. Jesus Christ, okay.
Yeah, it's crazy.
When I got on saying God's name, all praises, but when Jesus seen Mary Magdalene about to get stoned, he said, "Ye without sin cast the first stone." This woman was a known prostitute, but the presence of him, the attributes he held of God, made this woman change her whole life. And after he was resurrected after 3 days, who's the first person he appeared to? Mary Magdalene. So if the man is leading and guiding and walking with the attributes of God, a prostitute can change her life. And the Bible also says, Jesus, everything I do, you can do, as long as you believe.
He said, "Greater will you do." But
greater. Thank you for that. Thank you.
Because you have more time, yeah.
Fair use, people.
For that. I appreciate
y'all
that.
brothers on the scripture, man. I'm proud of y'all.
Facts. So essentially,
And before we continue, because he did talk about Mary Magdalene was a whore. Okay, all right, we'll go there, right?
Okay.
So because of that thinking, and a lot of women are now moving into whorism with OnlyFans, you know, do what they want, you know, all these type of popping their coochie. So you're telling the black man today, depending on his financial situation, they should take on the baby mamas and take on the whore to those that are married.
The thing is, you have to go deeper into the scripture about what, okay? Mary Magdalene was getting ready to get stoned, right? And basically, he said, what he said is, "I'm not judging you," okay? And she said she wanted to change. And she said, well, she said, okay, you want to change? Go and sin no more. She wanted to change. He didn't make her change. She wanted to change. That's why she came to him in the first place. In other words, if you have the willingness, it wasn't about him, it wasn't about Jesus, right? Okay. In other words, it's about her. Okay. It's about her. He opened her eyes, said, "You can change if you want to." And what he said, okay, he told her, I said, "There's nobody to judge you now, okay? Because I've taken care of that, okay? So go and sin no more." And guess what she did?
And she stopped sinning.
She stopped sinning because guess what? That's what she wanted to do.
Yeah, exactly. All right, let's keep going.
you know, I'm actually shocked here because believe it or not, it's actually a lot of agreeing going on this question, but I understand with the brothers on the concept of submission.
I understand that. So let's swing it a little bit, and I want to start with Anton. Do you think that women's dating expectations are too high? Because the men are saying women want entirely too much during the dating phase.
I don't believe in dating.
I agree.
Really?
I don't agree
I don't believe in dating
at all.
So how do you get to know a woman?
I think that you know your wife when you meet her.
Really?
Hold on. And this is why I say, he said, Yada, when you he just mentioned, you said a man should have 300,000. Like he said, man should go after a woman with purpose, not to date her, not to sleep with her, not to have children out of wedlock. That's my wife. I'm going to court you for however long, but this is going to end in marriage. And this is why I say a man should provide a woman's every need, because you're going after a woman with purpose. Excuse me, brother. I apologize.
No, I don't believe in dating.
So, and give me context on when you say a man knows his wife.
One thing
as
that
soon
he
as sees her.
said, one thing that he said, well, he didn't say it specifically, but he used several different examples. One thing that he said previously, when he just spoke, not just this time, but previous to that, is he was speaking about submission and how you can inherently, every woman has the ability to be submissive depending on the circumstances that she put in, especially when she's under a certain type of man. I do believe that every woman has the ability to be submissive.
On praises.
Okay.
But I also believe that you should be equally yoked. I'm not going to chase something that's not of me in order to try to convince them or show them that I have the ability to provide for them to where they can be submissive under me.
Well, give us some context as well to equally yoked, because I think that's thrown around.
A lot of guys run out there and they try to get the thing that's the finest. A lot of guys run out there and a lot of the foundation of their relationship is based off of sex. Like, they don't have anything to stand on once they start to have conversations about things that's much deeper than what's on the surface. And so at that point, you realize that you're unequally yoked, but you've already started to join in together as though you were married by doing things that married people do. And so that's the one thing that I think that is nuanced in the conversation, is that we're not talking about being equally yoked, right? A lot of times we say that guys are supposed to take on something that's not for them for the sake of saving a woman from herself. That's not his purpose. That may not even be his wife. But a lot of times we incentivize men to do so because we hearken unto the voices of women and what they want. That's not what we are supposed to do. When it comes to the whole idea of your wife, I believe that women often at times skip over the men that they were supposed to marry. And then they try to have a redemption arc. I believe that men often at times, they ignore the women that is supposed to be for them because they're too busy focused on these women that's for the streets, right? I believe that a lot of times your wife or the person that you're supposed to be with, and we talk about guys that's in the friend zone and stuff a lot of times, but you're supposed to marry your best friend. That's the person that has your best.
Agree.
That's the person.
Now, do you agree or disagree with this, BJS, from what Anton said?
That's the way it used to be. Somebody's marry your best friend, and a lot of women have, and they divorced their best friend too. So
Yeah. I heard.
The thing is, what they're missing as context is basically families are supposed to be involved because marriage is about joining two families. Okay, that's like arranged marriages last longer and have a less than 10% divorce rate. Is because you have the families involved keeping those two people together. So the thing is, what you're missing is that a broken, what do you call it, a family structure, which is extended family, a broken clan structure, okay, and then you have a broken a broken mating structure, right? Because now it's not even where people meet each other in school or work or some other place where they can get to know each other without dating. Now it's like I got to be on an app, and the only way I'm gonna get to know her is invite her to a coffee date. Okay. Now him saying you need $300,000. Okay, brother. What percentage of black men earn $300,000 or more?
Yeah, that's what, that,
Or have $300,000. So who are you talking to? Okay, you're talking to less than 1% of the black men.
Mm-hmm.
So who is your message for? So
Hmm.
why should a black any man go out and acquire $300,000? He can just buy the chick. Okay,
Simple as that.
simple as that.
Yeah. Get over it. Just pay, like you said before on your previous stream. Just pay for it. And a lot of dudes get offended. And I'm not a proponent of tricky, but I would say this: if you a person that is very busy, you don't like waste time. Do what you need. You get me? Don't sit there and throw money at someone and your whole intention is you want them.
You can, but this whole financial structure is not built to have a whole bunch of people making $300,000 a year. Okay, it doesn't work that way. It does not work that way. And the other second thing is when he says being equally yoked. Okay, he's not bringing class into it. Okay.
Yeah, I noticed that.
So that's how come poor people or people of simple means get together
Mm-hmm.
because they're in the same class structure. That's what he means by equally yoked. Women actually intrinsically know that, even though they don't express it because they want the guy. Really, what they want the guy is a simple guy, the hood guy that makes $1 million a year. Okay, that's what they really. That's why I always say I want a drug dealer or a scammer. Okay, guy that makes a lot of money, but he's still in my class.
That's too much.
Because you ain't gonna see no chick with a master's degree say I want a drug dealer or scammer as a husband.
Yeah, you're right about that.
At least not out loud. Okay.
Yeah, because she gonna look down upon thinking that, you know. But it lets you know that women that, like that. That's women that. What, go ahead. Sorry, go ahead. Mm-hmm.
The Gray Pill podcast, man. Don't come with that crap, man. It's too late and it's too late at night, and you don't want this work. So basically, chill on that. So love is blind. Chill on that. Okay, love is not blind. Okay.
It's not blind. It's not blind. All right, let me keep.
If you think love is blind, it means you are a fool.
Well, a lot of black men need to cut off their romanticism, man. Because
black men and men in general are not as romantic as you think they are. Okay, black men are very pragmatic. They might talk that crap, but they're pragmatic. That's how come you see guys that can make something out of a 3 or a 4. Oh, I can date her. Okay, why? Okay, or she can be cleaned up. They're very pragmatic about what they can and cannot get. Okay,
yeah, true. You're right.
Yeah.
Right. All right, keep playing. All right, let me see which one made. All right.
No.
The person that has your best interest at heart, that's the person that wants the best for you. That's the person that absolutely is going to
We have your back. Yeah, in other words, the woman that's 10 toes down for you. That's what he's trying to say. Okay.
Okay. That's what he wrote. Okay. Keep up with the conversation. I wasn't responding. Yeah. All right. Cool. All right. Let's keep going.
be there through thick and thin. And all of the vows that you're going to take, they're already living it. They're a reflection of it. But so many times we're incentivized by the things that's around us, influenced by the things that's around us, especially when we have a young mind. And your mind is not even fully developed until you in your mid-20s. And so a lot of times we used to depend on our culture, we used to depend on our family to help us vet and see things that we couldn't see. But now we're choosing for ourselves. So I don't believe in dating. I believe that dating is just the gateway for you to find yourself in situations that you're not supposed to be in. And I believe that you know your wife very, very early, and a lot of times we skip over.
You're repeating it. You're repeating what I've said. Okay. Nigga, are you gonna steal everything?
Well, Anton does listen to sectors of YouTube, listen to the space, so he's getting his pointers.
I mean, they're gonna steal it because me and Kevin used to go back and forth with that about when do you know the woman qualifies for your wife, and I said 6 weeks, he said 6 months, basically. So we had gone back and forth with that for like years. We agreed that a man knows his wife or potential wife when he meets her. Okay, and it's just a point of when do you recognize it? And I say 6 weeks, Kevin said 6 months. So he's just repeating what we said.
Yeah, it's European. Yeah. I'm saying 6 months, 6 weeks, no matter. Anyhow, all right, let's keep going.
I think this is a difference here because you actually stated when you went to Angela Yee, the young lady was stating, because a lot of women ask this question too. They're like, look, I want to date multiple men. That's like a big thing. They want to date multiple men.
This is a sister saying she's already dated. I said, look, date them all. until you find what's for you. I didn't say sleep with them all. I didn't say cook for them all.
Yeah,
Look at Anton. Look at Anton.
yeah, I wish StreamYard was able to give me the ability to zoom in on this bad boy. I would show his reaction. It is
Anton. What the?
what? So yeah,
What the? So you encouraging this crap, okay?
a roster, a lineup, nigga.
Yeah.
Nigga, what? A lineup? Yes, Anton. Black women should have a lineup.
And the thing is, he's encouraging about dating multiple men. That's like Anton said. Look, what did I just say? Anton said, I don't believe what I'm hearing out of you. Okay. Yeah, we'll go ahead and play it. Yeah, look, that's what that look. Yeah, I recognize the look. What the fuck?
Yeah.
In other words, you full of shit.
Yeah. All right.
I didn't say do no wifely duties.
But you said you didn't believe in dating.
Hold on, brother. This is a woman that asked me a question.
I know. I seen it.
Right. She said, I'm already dating 3 men. Date them all until you find what's good for you. So now, if you're already having sex, stop. I tell one more time, you're being a wife to a man that doesn't even deserve that.
Right.
You're cooking for a man that doesn't deserve that. And this is when I say, is he at least paying your bills? Because that's what a husband does.
Wow.
People are taking my words and putting their own remixes on it.
Wow.
You said anything that you didn't say?
I'm talking to him, brother. No.
No.
It's okay, brother. I love you. Hey, bro, I love you, man.
No.
I love
You talking to him, but
so
you debating me.
a lot of people,
Go ahead, Kamala.
honestly, talking to you now, I realize it's not even a debate. Because a lot of our basics are similar. A lot of the foundation of what me and him talk about is similar.
Hey, and now you're trying to worm your way out of it.
Out of here, man. No, it's not. When you said
that works on women. They don't work on men. Okay.
don't work on men. That's why when I showed the comment section of his social media, more women, very few men, and the few men that's under are probably that follow his channel. That probably is a panda bear, like what you'd soon probably try and be like you, and everything just to please the chick.
It's the thing is, he should have said, "Why are you dating 3 men?" It's what he should have said. He didn't say that we'll date them all. No, in other words, you pandered to her.
Yeah, you have to pander because they pay the bills. I'm saying they buy the products. I'm saying I can't tell her all to mess. But I tell her something that she's not gonna like. She's not gonna come back and buy my crap. Buy my stuff. I mean, buy my wonderful products that will heal your body. But let's listen.
True.
It's just different angles from different perspectives. And I understand his opinion. I see it, and I respect it. I respect it. Yeah, I think that might be my little brother right there. You never know.
That's cute. That's cute.
See, that's my favorite line too. That's cute. That's my little brother. But all I'm saying, when I said the woman should date multiple men, I'm not saying cook for them. I'm not saying sleep with them. I'm saying if you're already in this mix, find out what's good for you. You don't have no children as of yet. Go ahead, enjoy yourself, but make sure there's a limit onto what you're already in that. So I'm coming from her understanding.
Go ahead.
Now, if this is a young girl coming to me, hey, y'all, I'm thinking about such and such. Sister, stay focused. Keep your body to yourself. If you're still a virgin, hold it. If you've already lost your virginity.
Even Anton is like, this motherfucker, this nigga here. Hey, he's saying this nigga here. That's what he's saying right about now. This nigga here.
The brothers that did this podcast, I wish you make as much money out this crap right now, man. Make as much money as you can. You need to do more of this. Listen, this is better than cable. Actually, my fault. Most people don't watch cable, but this is better than anything we watch. You get me? We're listening for the last almost hour. This is almost an hour into this. And already we see, I could tell why a lot of women follow you, my dude. You giving these women bad advice. I'm saying, say, be pure, do all this. He pushed the mic back and just put it, says, I can't believe what the fuck I'm listening to. I'm just laughing and say, this nigga not really serious. What? What? Man, let's keep playing.
Stop. If a man truly loves you, which the woman is the prize, if a man truly loves you, he's going to become a champion, and he's going to show you why he wants you in his life. So ladies, if a man is unable to provide your every need as a husband should do, he's not the one for you. And I'm going to say that, and I'm going to stand on that. I'm harder on the men, yes, because men are the leaders.
So let me close this poll out real quick.
No.
Go ahead. Come on.
So should she date or should she not date?
The woman that I was speaking to, I came from her understanding. And I said, sister, you got 3 men, date them all until you find which one is for you. I didn't say sleep with them. I didn't say cook for them. Go to the movies, hang out, have the conversation with them. The one that's for you is going to overshadow everybody else.
She
So
said
break it down for me, Anton.
that she was looking to basically go through a whole phase because she had been abstinent for the last 2 years and she was coming out of her abstinence. That's what she said.
And what did I say?
Why you interrupting me now? See, you didn't want to talk to me. You wanted to talk to them.
I love you, man. What's
And-
going on, man?
You didn't want to
And
talk.
hold on,
Hold on.
Can you
Wait.
look that up? Can you look that up so we can get the specifics on that? Can you look it up? Can you find that?
He didn't want to talk to me. He wanted to talk to y'all.
Check
and
TikTok.
And I told him to look me in the eye, and he kept looking at y'all. But now that I'm speaking to his soul, right? I'm talking to his soul.
The devil is devilish.
We get into the core of who he is because you can't say one thing and then mean something else. Let me add the rest of the context of what he said. He then was telling them to charge money like prostitutes.
Play the clip, please.
He told them
Play
to
the
charge.
clip. Find
He
that clip
told them to
ASAP,
charge $50,000.
The remix.
Nope.
The
Did you-
remix.
Did you say charge money? Yes
The
or no?
remix.
Yes or no? Did you say
The
charge?
remix.
Wait, it's a simple question. Yes or no? Did you say
That's a-
charge 50,000?
Charge him 50,000 for what, brother?
Did you say charge 50,000?
For what? You're going out. Add it together. You're breaking out
You can
bits and
add
pieces.
whatever. No,
bits
you
and
can
pieces.
add whatever context
So
that
what
you want.
I teach, what I teach coming
And I've heard him
from
say
my
that.
background.
I've heard him say it.
All
All
this
my
on-
brothers.
Yeah,
I've heard him say it. Okay, do you want this? Well, 50,000. And what about doing this? 50,000. Will you cook for me? 50,000. Yeah, he did say that. I've heard him say it. Now, was he joking? He should say, you know what? That was in jest. I was joking. He should have said that.
But he was dead serious because he can't say that.
No, I mean, he might have been dead serious. He might have been joking. It's kind of hard to tell with people sometimes, right?
Yeah, you're right.
But I've heard him say that. I've heard him say that on multiple occasions. So what Anton is saying is correct.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You're right about that.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let me keep going.
Fox News the other
Hold
day.
on, brother. Hold on. All my brothers have paid for their wives. It's our tradition, it's our culture, it's our religion. We all paid for our wives. I know that's unfamiliar to him, but it does not make it wrong. And any woman that believes that they shouldn't get paid for a man to show you that they're able to take care of you is foolish, especially in this day and age. And if women follow this, there'll be less women with children without men, because men would have to step up. Men love more what they have to invest in. Allow this man to invest into you.
Speak clearly.
Period.
He
I
getting
love
caught up
it.
on his words.
I
Listen,
love it.
Angela Yee then said, that's like prostitution.
What? Bro,
That's
what are you
almo-
talking? You're remixing it. She never said
Listen,
that.
listen.
Bro, play the clip, please.
Remix
Remix King.
We gotta find
Remix
that one. I'm trying to
King.
find it right now.
It's a
love
long. It's a
it.
long.
You got it?
Go
I
ahead.
love it.
Okay.
It's not a clip. It's an hour long.
It might be on my. It might be on my. It might be on my IG.
Here's the fact of the matter. We're not gonna divert away.
No,
from
you
it.
trying to remix me? You can't do that.
Listen, let me speak.
All praises.
Yeah, not
Here's the
defensive.
fact of the matter is, first he agreed with me and said that I don't agree with that people should be dating.
Yes.
Then he admitted and he acted like he was just adding context to the woman that was saying that she was coming out of her whole phase.
Right. Did you
And wait.
Go ahead.
Hold it in. Hold it in, bro. Get that up out of you. Hold that in.
Ooh, sassiness.
Hold that in. But instead of telling her no, you should still be abstinent and not date, he then told her, date them all. She said, I want one on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. That's what she said, word for word.
Remix.
Monday, she said, I kind of want one for Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And when y'all go and replay this, because this is recorded, y'all gonna be able to go back and look at it.
Please play it
And
now.
when everybody review this video, when y'all review this video, when you compare it and contrast, right?
No, we're not gonna reveal. We're gonna do content on this.
Yeah, well, that's for them. Okay, if they want to go into this and go find that crap, because I've heard him say it. Okay, I've heard him say it on his show. Okay, about charging men or making men pay and that kind of crap. The thing is, okay, how much did he pay for his woman? Okay, and basically, in their religion or in their context, okay, where you have to have a dowry, you don't pay the dowry to her. Who do you pay the dowry to? Her family. Okay, it's a different system. That system of dowries does not exist here in the United States. And who are you talking to? You're not talking to people that come from that family base or that kind of traditional situation. Okay. And that's for the people in the East, East Africa and going through Asia, where you have to pay into a certain dowry, right? You have to have a certain amount because the Asians do it, the Africans do it, a lot of traditional people do it, right? In the West, especially with the Latinos and the Western people, we don't have that. Okay, we don't have that kind of stuff. That's like women have a choice, because if that was the case, we had to pay for the woman, then the woman should be a virgin and she should be untouched, and basically then he don't even talk to her. Okay? I want her as my wife. I like her. I've talked to her a couple times, and I want to actually invest in her. So here's a dowry, and let's go ahead and get married. Okay? It's a different story. Okay? So what he's talking about, he's trying to remix all these different things together. Okay? And it's really not on the man; it's also on the family. Okay? Because he doesn't make her submissive, okay? She comes to you submissive already, no matter how much you pay.
You're right. You're right about that. All right, let's keep going.
Then you tell me who's actually telling the truth, because again, I don't have to make it up. It's all right there. He can try to save face right here if he wants to. But the fact of the matter is, I don't switch up ever. What I say, I mean, and I stand on it as a man. That's what men do. Men stand on what they say. Now, it's okay for you to say, you know what, I got it wrong, and I was pandering to Angela Yee and lip service over to them women because I wanted to be liked instead of telling the truth. But the thing about real ones, the thing about the people that really believe in God is that they tell the truth in season and out of season. They don't switch up. They don't change according to who they in front of at the time. They're not trying to be popularized. They're not trying to fit in with the in crowd. No, look at me in my eyes. Don't switch up. You see me. You was looking at me.
Listen, I know I'm trying to
look
find
at me
it right
in my
now.
eyes. Look at me, King.
Peace, bro. You okay,
look at me,
brother?
King.
You okay, brother?
I don't switch up ever. I mean what I say, and it's okay to change your mind. And I told you, I'm going to speak to your soul today. I prayed for you on the way here. For God to prick your heart so that you stop pandering, because you're going to have to be accountable for every single word that you say.
And I love you saying that. I love you doing that.
Listen,
I love that you just said that.
Listen.
Let's go.
Devils get mad when they start to get bothered. Give me a second. I prayed for you. I genuinely did, because you got to be accountable for every single word that you say on this earth.
Yep.
And I don't want you to pander because you're leading people astray. You're leading people and you're presenting yourself a certain way, but I don't want to call you a false prophet. I just want to say that you need better understanding. You're not ready to have conversations with people or how it is that they're supposed to be operating in a relationship. I'm not even sure that based off of what you saying today, that you're a reflection of what you advocating for.
What do you mean by that, brother?
Let's listen more to this. The plot thickens. Fair use.
Based off of what you saying, you switching up your words depending on who the audience is.
What words I switch up?
You said that you didn't believe in dating.
Right.
Then you told that woman to date them all.
Brother,
word for word.
Brother, can we please play the clip? Because I also said I do not believe in dating.
Nah, honestly, I can't even find
I
the
want
clip,
to,
man.
but I cannot find
I really
this thing.
want to as well.
Can somebody
They'll
drop
find
that
it.
clip in
They'll
the chat?
find it.
Yeah, somebody drop that clip in the
Somebody
chat.
go ahead. We're gonna let the people
Yeah,
help
and
us
that's
out on that
Yada
one.
on Angela Yee.
Yeah.
And at some
Lip
point,
service.
Lip service.
the words were on lip service.
Yes.
At some point, the
bullshit.
words were said, "Date them all." So we're just trying to find that clip
And
and
we-
what specifically was stated.
And also on
during
my
that
IG, I say date
interaction.
them all.
So it's
So why would you say that though?
so
Listen again.
But
Listen again. Can I?
Why would
Go
you
ahead,
say
let's get
that
it.
on your IG? Why would you say that?
Yeah, why would you say that? I want to hear
You
that.
don't believe in dating. Why would you say date them all?
Yep, let's hear this answer.
Brother, we have women that have sacrificed so much of their bodies and their minds because they didn't have the proper leadership within the home, and we have to deal with it.
Wait.
You look laughing.
Yeah. Before we continue, I know we got 10, 12 people watching. You guys support the channel. Donate channel. Y'all know my money.
I told you.
Where is my money?
Betty. Bring me everyone.
I need my money. I need my money.
What do you mean everyone?
Yeah, y'all know the deal, man. Yeah, I know most everybody didn't watch this whole full length. I'm here trying to give a critique, a breakdown. I have PJ up here, and I had the man.
Yeah, I'm gonna bounce in about 20 minutes, but
no,
yeah,
I'm about in a few minutes because I'm beyond the hour right now.
Yeah.
But so right now, if y'all respect the channel, at least please throw some coins to super chat or cash. No matter, support channel, please. All right.
We struggle streaming here, so come on.
Yeah. You know the deal. All right.
Divine understanding. When I look this way and I'm speaking to the brothers,
Anton laughing.
it's because sometimes when I look into your soul, I see some things that ain't right, bro. Listen to me, brother, because you talking about God. Listen to me, please. A man that's unable to show and prove himself to a woman shouldn't have that woman. This is the laws of nature. Even animals, when it comes to alphas, they'll fight physically to show who deserving of this woman. And that woman goes, or that female species goes with the animal. I'm saying the same thing. Ladies, if this man is unable to provide your every need mentally, physically, spiritually, and financially, he's not deserving of you. And if you hear me say date them all, which I did say, you hear me not denying it, because she's already man, this brother here. I said date.
You just contradicted yourself, and that's why you're
Thank
laughing.
you very much. That brother, y'all, I respect you.
He did out of his own mouth. He just contradicted himself. That's why Anton's laughing. You can't make this shit up.
See, yeah. Oh, you forgot. You know, it's good for you to mention that. Even Kevin could say it best.
God damn it! You can't make this shit up. God damn it! You can't make this shit
You
up.
cannot. Okay, you cannot.
Cannot.
Them all
cannot.
because
You cannot. And like the man said, and he knows he's contradicting himself. When if you said one thing and you said something else on your other page, is a contradiction, brother. I don't care what you say, how you try and word salad, how you try and water it down, it's a contradiction. And most men dealing with other men, we could spot you and we could say you're full of ish right now.
In other words, you're pandering and not standing on your square, and basically, whether Anton's one of them East Coast Detroit dudes, right? Okay, it doesn't matter whether he thinks you're right or wrong. He can respect you if you stand on your square.
Yeah,
right or wrong. If
exactly.
you say if you mean what you say and say what you mean, he might not agree with you, but thinks he can respect you, right? Right? He actually doesn't respect the guy right now.
I wouldn't respect him personally.
Yeah, what I'm saying is we know what you said, and now you're saying exactly what you said. You said you agree with Anton saying he doesn't believe in dating. Okay, you could have said no. As under circumstances, I do believe in dating. Yada yada yada. But you didn't do that. You agreed with him.
Yeah,
and now you're contradicting yourself.
Exactly, and not in a good way either.
Not in a good way.
Not a good way either. It's not a good look, brother.
In other words, you're caught in your own web right now. Go ahead, play it.
All right, let's play it.
If a man can't show and prove to you, you don't need him. And I believe that wholeheartedly. And I believe that this would save so many women from having dusty bums in their life that they don't need, nor do they deserve that woman. So any man listening, if you truly want that woman, show and prove to her and yourself that you're deserving of that woman. The woman is the greatest gift given to man by God.
No, it's not. And let me correct him. Okay. Never
Okay,
show.
wait, okay, hold on. What do you disagree with?
I'm about to explain it to you.
Okay,
You
go
about
ahead.
to go in. Relax.
Never have to show and prove yourself to a woman, ever. Ever. Never make a woman your God, because that's what you just told him to do. Show and prove yourself to God. That's the only person that you have to answer to. And the thing that he sent as greater than any woman is the Comforter. And the Holy Spirit will guide you, and it will show you your wife, and you don't have to prove yourself to her. The only thing you have to do is be exactly what God ordained you to be, and that's to serve your purpose, and she will follow you, and she will 100% submit herself to you, and on top of that, she will be the helpmeet that God ordained her to be. Never, ever prove yourself to a woman, only prove yourself to God. And the greatest gift was the Comforter. That's what the greatest
When
gift
a man
was.
steps
disagree
into his
with that,
divine nature,
Yeah, I know, because we're not religious zealots here. I know.
Yeah, the greatest gift God ever gave to you was life.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's the first. That's the first thing. The Comforter, which is your Holy Spirit, which is your internal anima, which is your Comforter. That's a whole different story, but that's deeper than Anton. Okay, but
Yeah,
that's
very
what he
deep.
understands.
Yeah. All right, let me.
given to him by God is a protector, provider, leader, teacher. He walks in the divine attributes of God. This is not me saying, oh, show and prove this. Well, no, show and prove who you are, but how you move.
That's not what you said.
Listen to me, brother.
I'll listen to you.
If God has put the man as the head, man, be the head. What is the head? A leader, a teacher, a guide, and a protector. You said God, man, woman. The man should be the roof. The man should be the roof to that woman. He should make sure she's secure. He should make sure she's safe. He should make sure that she's stable. And if he can't do that, he's not moving in the characteristics of God and does not deserve that woman. That's why so many men that run behind these weak men teaching, saying, I'm the prize. I don't have to show myself. Show yourself worthy. Because if you are truly a man of God, I will be able to tell by the fruit you bear, and your fruit should be leading, teaching, guiding, protecting, loving on each and every level.
Listen, you could hold on, fellas. He can say that. He can say that as much as he wants to, over and over again. But you notice how one thing that he never mentioned was character.
Brother,
no,
I love.
Why you always
love
trying
that.
to interrupt me when I start to talk?
I love that because
I'm gonna let him have it.
I did.
You didn't. You didn't.
When a man moves out of the attributes of God, that is his character.
No,
the attributes is the character, my brother. Can we do something? He can't read.
Listen,
can we get?
We done. We done.
Okay, yeah, basically.
Yeah, that's that right there. Now it's going. No, that's an insult. To me, we call that insult. And you start using insult. What is the phrase, elder? You lost.
You lost, yeah.
You just prove it. Now, mind you, all you ladies that watch that back and forth, you're gonna still go back. You're gonna snippet the things that Yah said was so divine and powerful in your so-called cranium, and you're gonna use that to example. Say, yeah, see, this is why we only listen to him. No. You listen to what you want to speculate.
Where in the Bible did it say the woman was the prize?
Never.
Okay.
Never even mentioned it.
Never even mentioned it. Where the Bible never said that the woman was the prize. Okay.
Yeah. Exactly. You know what I'm saying?
The man's labor was the prize. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And basically, a prize any prize that means it gives to you. Okay. So basically, that's why the man is considered the prize. Women actually were saved and and the man was picked for her to take care of her, right? Because he's the prize. He's the provider, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And the woman had to be cultured, trained, and taught to serve him, not the other way around.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, most other um, societies, okay, especially traditional societies, right? Okay,
Mm-hmm.
the woman is there to serve him, not vice versa, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And so he's the one that's supposed to have the purpose and direction, all the kind of stuff. She's supposed to get behind him and help him. So it's called him. That's why even Kevin said, okay, a woman's supposed to be a helpmeet, but that means she's not the prize. He is.
Mm-hmm.
She's
Yeah.
supposed to add to him in addition to him. Okay,
Yeah.
that's why I said a woman is an acquisition. A woman is an addition to your life. Okay, not the center of it.
Mm-hmm.
And what he's trying to say is you need to build yourself up, make all this money so that you can do this for her. Bunk.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Bunk. Yeah.
bunk.
Yeah.
Because he's leaving the family structure out of the whole thing. That's the whole thing, basically. Okay, you're supposed to do the stuff for her, like teach her and all that kind of crap bullshit. Basically, she's supposed to come to you that way, and that's the problem. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Most societies, that a woman is ready to be your wife at 15 years old. Okay, because her mama has taught her since she was a baby.
Mm-hmm.
And if a woman is not a wife when you meet her, she's probably not going to be.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's not your job to teach her how to be a wife. Because you're not a woman. How you gonna teach her to be a wife? If you're 21, 22, 23, 25, being on your purpose, trying to figure out how to be a man. Okay, on top of that, right? Because you're just figuring out how to be a man.
Mm-hmm.
And you really don't even get close to that till you're 30, right? Okay,
Yeah.
and really don't become a man and figure out how to be a man till you're 40. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
you're trying to figure out how to be a man. You can't teach her how to be a wife, how to be a helpmate, how to be a woman. That's not your job.
Yeah.
That's her mother's job and her auntie's job and the women in her life's job to figure out how to be submissive, how to connect with a man, how to vet a man, okay, to have children by. Why you having children outside of wedlock with a guy that's not your husband? Okay,
Mm-hmm.
they have been teaching that for the last 10,000 years. Okay, but all of a sudden it's a new day, and I'm gonna have a baby by my jump off. Okay, because he makes me feel good,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and you're gonna blame that on men. It ain't the man's problem. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
if you could, you would send her back to her parents to get to be retaught because this one didn't make it.
Nope.
Because the thing is, if you go to school and you go to college and you go on a job, okay, uh, it's not the job's responsibility to teach you how to read and write and do arithmetic, okay? You
Mm-hmm.
should have learned that in school, okay, through the system, okay? That's why they picked you because you have been identified to have a certain amount of knowledge and a certain amount of experience to actually do the job that you're supposed to do.
Mm-hmm.
And all this crap that you got to build, you got to be her provider and yada yada yada. You're not her teacher.
Mm-hmm.
Now, is there some things that she has to know to adjust to you? Yeah, okay. But for the most part, when my mother and father came together, my father didn't have to teach her about anything about being a goddamn wife.
Mm-hmm.
She was taught that by her aunties and her mother. So when he got together, all he had to do was worry about himself and his end of the bargain. Okay.
So that's it. That's it.
That's how come guys are going overseas and going to different places because those women are submissive. I seen it. I said, wait a minute. This dude is living in a shack, and this woman is humble, submissive, quiet, and peaceful. Okay, the dude is drunk on his ass, right? And her daughter going to the bar and getting him and walking him home. Okay, instead of cussing him out. I said, why is that? Because that's what her mama taught her.
Yeah.
Okay, so all this crap that he's teaching is taking the responsibility off the female. No, that's the fact you need to put more responsibility on the female.
Exactly.
Okay, if you want to date them all, that's fine. Then you get what you deserve, and hopefully you have enough beauty and charisma to get the kind of guy that you want. If you got that kind of talent, it's like a good-looking dude with charisma, right? He can date 1,000 different women and still pull off a good one because he got it like that.
Mm-hmm.
How about the women that don't have it like that?
Yeah. Exactly.
Anyway.
All right. Beatrice, thank you for stopping by. I hope this was entertaining, sir. Because now if you've seen it firsthand, you know what I'm saying. And for those that ask, if your subscribers, whoever on your side, will pay you nicely and we're eager if they want you to cover it, that's up to them. I already covered enough on it. I think I might do a second part. We'll see.
One thing he's missing, he don't look like Derek Jackson. Okay, that's his
Yeah,
problem.
that's the only thing he missing. You know what I'm
And
saying.
you shorter than Anton talking this shit. Okay,
Is he really that short?
he's short. Okay, you see, go back and see them sitting in chairs. Okay, he's a little guy.
Oh wow, that makes sense why he would talk the way he does.
And Anton is not tall. Anton's like 5'8". So
Yeah,
Anton's not
so
a tall
yeah,
person.
he's
He's a
actually
little
a real
person.
short king.
He's a short king. Yeah.
Yeah. If he was like a 2-inch, he'd probably be the average height right now for the Western man here in America. 5'9", half, maybe 10. Yeah, but
yeah, that's like anybody that has to remix and grin like that, I don't trust because you're trying to sell me on something, which is fine. Okay, if you want to sell your herbs and sell your products as a salesman, that's fine. Okay, I could care less about that. But thing is that I know Anton's doing it because he's trying to spread his brand. Okay, but thing is, I looked at the dude like for like 30 seconds. Said, but the dude trying to sell me that bullshit. Okay.
Yeah.
For about 30 seconds. Anyhow, let me jump off of here.
All right, catch you on the next one, BJS. If you
All right.
have your normal Friday thing, I'll be tuning in like always.
I think Art's on Friday, this Friday, and I'll be with Rom doing a seminar. So that's where I'll be.
Oh, okay. Like an in-person seminar?
No. Basically, he does this little online seminar with guests coming in like once a month. So I'll be doing that.
Okay. All right. Okay. Cool.
All
right. Thank you again, BJS. If any seminar, just send me information on it on email. Don't tell right here, but email and I'll look it up. All right.
All right.
Peace Thank you again. Appreciate it. I hope you guys like this stream. Hope you're well entertained. Got enough out of this. Hope you like the new look. I mean, this is different, much better. I might switch back to the square. Who knows? We'll see. But I like this so far. I'll give this a shot. But other than that, I'll be looking forward to hearing y'all thoughts in the comment section on this one. Who do you think really won, Anton or Yada Awakening? I'll be sure reading your comments if you made far to this stream. The links to follow me are below. You can follow me on Twitter at Chaos27. You can add me on Facebook, Eric Rain on Facebook. You can also join my Rumble handler, CRain23 Rumble. Also, follow me or join my Discord service as well. And last but not least, become a member of the Chaos Rain Show. Membership has perks. There's 2 levels of membership. Pick which one, doesn't matter. That's it. Thank y'all for listening. Until next time, let it chaos ring.